All right, let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safeway Liquid Beer for the podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
It's the 6 o'clock check-in. Come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static, AM radio. It's the Play Alberta Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tune in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock, I'm logging with some sirloin bites.
Great morning to you, and welcome back to another installment of the Nielson Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Nielson Show, as always, brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Check them out today, wjsportstalk.com. Get a new train furnace now and get 15% off any additional mechanical system done at the same time. AC, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater. You get 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Check them out today and book an estimate. Of course, Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Download the Play Alberta app or visit playalberta.ca and make it easy for yourself today. All the money wagered stays in the province. playalberta.ca or on the app. Lieutenant Eric, YouTube Trev, and Dave Jameson back on the desk. Dave, how you doing? How's everything going?
How am I doing?
How are you doing? Good today?
Good. Well, I shifted location yesterday when Tommy was here. I slid in there so Tom could control this.
He loves working the board.
Which makes all the sounds and stuff. So it was more of a morning zoo experience with Tommy yesterday.
Now, would you say this is your best side? Or
I like this.
In terms of the camera go? Because I know Tommy's the TV guy. I'm sure he picks that side for...
You'd never know, hey? Yes. No, okay. Tom is aware where the camera is at all times.
Absolutely. Well, a conch to Tommy for joining you and Trev yesterday. And it was talents don't come cheap. So, kind of a one and done there. But it's nice to be back with you today. Lots to discuss, lots to get to, lots to set up, lots to break down as well. If you are listening this morning on 95.7 Cruise FM, welcome back in. Tell your friends we're back on the radio, FM dial. Of course, the iHeart TuneIn radio app, The Source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. And on YouTube, where you can hit the thumbs up right now. Give us a like.
Sub us.
Sub to the channel. I know the 15K subscribers video.
Yeah, congratulations, by the way.
Well, thank you. And thank you to Trev for putting that vignette together. But we all had an opportunity to take the time to thank all of you for subscribing. Don't stop here. 15K. We're on the way to 16, 17,000, 18,000, 19,000, then 20,000.
Then 20,000. Right here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
It's the engagement.
Yes. So, if you haven't yet, subscribe. If you aren't one of the 15K, subscribe today and join in the fun. You won't be left out on any of the things we do here at Edmonton Sports Talk. You can text anytime as well, 780-218-9999. It is the Paris Jewelers inbox.
Let me guess, there's something already?
It's the Bling Box. It's the Bling Box. It's the Paris Jewelers inbox. And they got lots of fancy shiny things. Look at this, look at that. Not just for the ladies. They got jewelry for men too. the ring box, the bling box, the Paris Jewelers inbox.
That's right. Flexible payment options such as do not pay for 1 year. You can shop in-store, Edmonton area, West End Mall, Kingsway, London Dairy, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center, or online, parisjewelers.com. They are Canadian and they are family-owned. Once again, that number is 780-218-9999. And of course, you are playing for a Royal Pizza text of the day this morning. $20 to Royal Pizza is up for grabs for the best text. Royal Pizza, still making it great for over 55 years. Order online today, royalpizza.ca, or pop it into one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. The Spicy Vegetarian right now on for a limited time.
Just offer a recommendation.
Well, well, yes. You can also, the Texan, which is now called the Albertan.
What?
Yeah. Beef,
Rebrand.
onion.
Well, good
I think
time.
it's a white pie.
Good time to rebrand.
Yeah. We'll get to your morning announcements here in a second, but just setting up the show today. Morning announcements coming up. We'll have YouTube Trev's trade of the day. How did that go yesterday? I wasn't here on the show, so I don't know why.
I think it was just over a 60% approve rate.
Say yes?
Yes.
What was it, though?
Yeah.
Because this is like random
to
week, right?
Vancouver. Yeah, so I said random at the beginning of the week, but now it's kind of turned into the rumor mill week. So players that, whenever I go on socials, Twitter, I see, this guy, there's a rumor that the Oilers are having interest in this player. Mm-hmm. So that's the theme this week. So yesterday was Jake DeBrusk. Right? Local boy.
Yeah.
Some connections there. So it was the 2026 this year's second round pick for Jake DeBrusk.
Okay, so a sobering,
Yeah.
So people were, okay. So this was the.
So a lot of people were happy. There was still a lot of like, I wouldn't do that. What are you thinking, Trev? And I'm like, I necessarily, and I said it because people come in at the 8 o'clock hour. They're like, I would never do that. And I said as well, I was like, I wouldn't do this either, but this is, if
but the art of the deal is okay.
This is, this is, if they, offered a second round for Jake, I wouldn't necessarily hate it.
Right. Okay, well, that's interesting. We'll have YouTube Trev's trade of the day coming up at 6:30. See where he goes today and taking the organization. And that's good for the Italian Center coming up at around 6:40. Once again, lots to discuss. Stanley Cup playoffs, Oilers all the time. But I wanted to dive into the CFL's top 50 list that was released last night.
Yeah,
TSN
I got to pull
show.
it up here just to refresh myself.
Absolutely.
I looked at it quickly.
Just because the Dunia draft is tonight, and sometimes that is a good measuring stick to use. Not entirely, but you want to use as many metrics as you can. But
yeah. Let me see if I can just find this top 50. You keep talking.
Yeah, well, we'll refamiliarize it around 6:40 with him. That's good. We'll go over the list.
Jake DeBrusk anecdote to share with you. So
Please.
Yesterday afternoon,
does it involve cake? Remember when he came to town and he ate cake at that Lou's place?
No. This is
he
very
can
cool.
eat. The kid can eat.
I was on a tour of the new Sports Central warehouse. They moved in a couple of months ago out in the west end of Edmonton. Jana Tomanek, who's an old friend, she's the executive director or CEO of Sports Central. It's an amazing facility. And if you thought you understood just how impactful Sports Central is, it doesn't even begin to tell the story of what they do and their volunteers. I was touring the back warehouse. There's a bunch of hockey equipment, obviously, bikes, everything else. And I said, well, do you get support from hockey equipment manufacturers? Like, whatever, the big brand names. No, but we get support from, and by support, like donation of items. And the Oilers Community Foundation is unbelievably supportive of Sports Central. But she said, Jake DeBrusk, every year, like he has unused credit for whichever is his hockey glove or hockey apparel, that he gives to Sports Central his unused credit so they can go out and buy brand new equipment. Like it was
paying it forward, if you will. Yeah,
paying it forward. I thought that was a really cool story. I mean, not that he needs more hockey equipment, but he, again, local guy, knows the impact of Sports Central. I just thought that was very cool. I'm sure there are other NHLers that do it as well.
Yeah, and doing it not with the necessarily self-promotion of it, but
not at all.
Charitable works are always.
I may have breached a confidence, but I just thought that was a very.
Some people might want to take their votes back on yesterday's trade of the day, right?
I'm not trying to sway
the
electorate. I'm just telling you that I was very impressed.
It's good to see not only him, but the place as a whole. Yeah,
unbelievable.
Something that's good for the Italian Center. Dave, you can kind of gloss over that list. We'll refamiliarize ourselves with it.
Sure.
Break down by position, by team, all that good stuff. Because again, one of the biggest nights on the sporting calendar here in Edmonton, the Dunya draft tonight. Refinery Grill. It'll be a great atmosphere.
Do people come over and ask what you're doing?
Yeah, all the time. And then,
Still?
Yeah, well, yeah, the odd, yeah. What was that place on the West End?
Muggins.
Muggins. We'll never be back. Yeah, Maddie took that as a slap to the face. They couldn't believe it.
Right.
Why aren't you doing an NFL draft? Well, because it's June. You
Yes.
fool.
Heathen. You heathen.
Jamie McLennan of TSN. He's our GS Construction hockey analyst this morning. Lots to discuss with him. Of course, Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll get his thoughts. I know RCN has shared his in the YouTube Nasty Chat on the, we've seen the numbers now, the votes for the Norris Trophy voting and all of that. So we'll get to his thoughts there as well. Dawning of a new day in Vancouver as they've officially named Malhotra as the coach. Manny Malhotra there.
To the surprise of no one.
Yeah, exactly. But it's all full steam ahead now. The Leafs, you mentioned earlier too. Darren Dreger putting out a tweet.
Reporting within the hour, or tweeting, which I guess is the same as reporting, that in his words, the Leafs coaching search is getting interesting.
If it wasn't already, Dave.
2 names, Laviolette and, why am I pulling a blank on the second
Patty
name?
Waugh.
Patty Waugh. Never a name that I would associate with the Toronto Maple Leafs, but Patrick Waugh and Peter Laviolette have bubbled to the surface in Toronto.
Yeah, I'm here for the Waugh thing. The Laviolette thing, I wonder about the Oilers. You're waiting around for Cassie. You're waiting for the Golden Knights, but
No,
if
Golden
you don't
Knights,
act,
3 wins away.
well, and we'll get to that as well. Play Alberta Early Bird coming up midway through hour 2. Free advice. If you've got any advice that you'd either like to give, share with us, or
Give or
receive from Dave. It's always nice to have you on the desk here because you have been around.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you can share advice on a variety of topics. If you have any advice, get in your questions for Dave. 780-218-9999. Legal analyst Eric Macramello will be by to round out hour 2. A bit of a eulogy on the Habs, as we haven't spoken with him since that kind of all happened.
Postmortem,
Yeah,
for sure.
we'll have his thoughts on Bettman's State of the League, obviously all those other things as well, kind of from a legal side. And, of course, you get in your Eric Macramello legal analyst intros, 780-218-9999. Probably a good path for text of the day this morning as well. So get your Macramello intros. We'll collect a sack full of them and read them to Eric. He likes to giggle at those around 7:40, 7:45. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions to win. Did we win yesterday? Tommy got a win. Did he read that you
Win,
did
yeah?
the question?
Oh,
Tommy read them?
yeah.
Yeah? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
So
won.
110 no or something? That's
Yeah,
the
I
streak.
think we're at
200 and
right around
68.
there. El Presidente.
El Presidente.
Yes.
Good to see. So trivia and 3 questions at around 8:10. Ryan Rishaug from TSN and the Got Your Back pod. We'll go over, I know, obviously Oilers off season, UFAs, maybe some trades. I know he was exploring some veteran kind of mercenaries, if you will, parachuting in here. So we'll get his thoughts on the Oilers roster
I
construction.
like that term. Mercenary.
Yeah, well, you
Hired
got
gun.
Hired gun.
Fly in. You don't move the family here. You just get a hotel.
No, you just live out of the
You show
briefcase.
up with a bunch of sticks and just say, where do I go?
Yeah, use your old team colored equipment.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Who's the captain here? McDavid? Okay, I'll introduce
Sure, good.
myself
Yeah.
later. Good. All right,
Yeah,
let's go.
That's all right. Stanley Cup, obviously, with Rishaug as well. And the wrap for William Huff, all still to come. Let's get into your morning announcements here, and they are for today is Wednesday, so they're brought to you by Rundle Park Short Course with affordable rates for juniors, seniors, and adults. The walkable Par 58 course has a great family-friendly atmosphere, perfect for all skill levels, but ideal for shorter hitters and those just learning the game. Snag a smash burger at Shorty's after the round. Check them out on Instagram, Rundle Park SC. So, it was the bench speech heard around the hockey world last night by John Tortorella. Hey, guys, I'm paraphrasing. Settle down. A lot of hockey left. Come on, let's go. And then the Vegas Knights did just that.
Was that a hot mic? Was that a live mic?
I don't know if that was...
Wouldn't have been hot.
no, I think it was a pre-planned. Not
Yeah.
not that the speech was planned, but Torts knew that he was...
You know what? Cassidy couldn't have delivered that.
That's the reason one of the many reasons that Tortorella was brought in. Exactly.
you there.
Got your back.
Yeah.
So Golden Knights skating away to a 5-4 victory over the Hurricanes. Hurricanes out shooting them 27-23. Fun game. I mean, I'll take 6 more of these if this is the way the Stanley Cup Final is going to go.
6?
You wanted this to stretch it out, hey?
Yes.
Maybe Bettman could have at the
Sure.
state of the... Yeah, we'll do a best of 15. Ehlers getting things going last night. I know a lot of people out Winnipeg Way, Winnipeg Sports Talk, or at a Tesh.
The one that got away.
Us. I mean, they were all about Ehlers. 2-0 Carolina midway through the first. Shea Theodore and Abs went back 2-1. Heading into the second, and then what a start to the second frame for the Golden Knights. Barbashev and Carlson getting them out to a 3-2 lead. Jordan Stahl channeling his brother, who was cranking that. Boy, oh boy, hey?
Do I have this correct? I heard on the broadcast, Jordan Stahl, should they win the Stanley Cup, it will be the longest gap between a player winning a Stanley Cup. Like he won back in, that'd have been 2009. Would it be 6? No, didn't he win a cup with Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it was Pittsburgh. You're right.
Was that 09?
09, yes. Yeah.
I don't do math.
Yeah.
A long time.
That is a long time.
Yeah, both of these teams are, maybe the Oilers should look at incorporating one of those horns.
They need something. Get the fans going.
Well, they got Superfan Magoo. He gets the drum.
That's our issue here. The fans aren't going.
They could be louder.
They don't need it. In a traditional market, you don't need all your bells and whistles and your woo. What is with these horns? Everybody's got horns now.
I like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It gets the.
I don't mind
talk about engagement.
Well, Sabres did it
for
with
the
the drum.
people.
Sabres did the drum with Josh Allen. I don't mind a drum. The horn, though, is a little kind of.
Yeah, it's a little.
Like, I saw Jamie Roenick do the Vegas one year, and he was like, his vein was probably like, and it doesn't get. You can do it as hard as you want. It doesn't sound any.
No, it doesn't.
It gets to a point where
it maxes out pretty quick, and you really. It doesn't look easy. Like they need to oil that thing.
Yeah,
because everyone's just struggling moving that.
You just look really like
they look like they're doing fitness testing.
I know.
Yeah, it looks tough.
It's not a good look. Like I don't know how you.
Some of these are older guys. Come on, man.
Just stays.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, hey, 2 teams in the final now incorporate one. So here you go. And then in the third, Brett Howden. I mean, it was kind of a back and forth affair here. Carolina ties it up. Third period, Vegas goes in front. The Ghost, he ties it up, and then Hurdle putting them in front for good.
Tomash.
Time ticking away. That was fun. I mean, again, this is something I think a lot of people. I think Carolina Hurricanes put up on their Jumbotron about a map of the United States and who's cheering for Carolina. It was all in red and Vegas. I mean, they are kind of the enemy now in this market, but I think as well on a larger scale around the league.
We'll love them if they give us Cassidy.
Yeah, then all things can be. Sure.
Yeah.
We will have a weekly rankings of power. I'm going to go over the top 10 things we hate about Vegas. That'll be today. I'm just going to give you the specifically the Golden Knights, not necessarily the city, although they do call it Sin City. And we don't like sin, right? I mean, we are a...
Oh, really?
Well, I don't know.
Now we're opposed to it?
Well, I think...
Okay.
And in the spirit of this conversation, like you can love Vegas for all that, but then you can also turn your nose up and say, a little bit of...
Not on our watch.
No.
How about the Hurricanes watch party?
That was awesome, man. Yeah, no. They take hockey seriously. I mean, don't kid yourself. It is a huge sport. Around the United States, they've won Olympic gold, and you see it now in a lot of these watch parties that are incorporated down in Raleigh with the hundreds of people in the parking lot. They had a little stage set up, probably a hibachi, probably serving some food or something like that. For probably
They just took over that place.
Oh yeah.
Canes Nation.
Canes Nation, baby.
Canes Nation.
Yeah. So
see Kyle Bukowski.
It's a big sport.
Bukowskis with the pig.
The pig. Gene, take a seat.
Yeah, sit this one out, Gene. Kyle's got it.
Kyle's on it.
Yeah, live animal. Gene doesn't do live animals.
No.
I'm told.
That's why Kyle's got the whole run of the gig. They said if it in fact gets down to a point, we're going to need you to.
When they go to Vegas, he'll put his head in the mouth of the tiger.
Yeah, he's staying at Wayne Newton's house.
Yes.
Like he's fully immersed.
Kyle, we got an idea for you.
Cap Kyle
with a boa constrictor around your
the whole
thing.
Yeah, whatever. You do it all.
Yeah.
All in.
Scott Oakwood.
So that's your game 1 Stanley Cup final, not finals.
Final.
We can't. Game 2 goes tomorrow night. Moving down the track here. And Jasmine texting my personal phone.
What?
She says, and the Knicks Spurs, people care. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I don't think there was any debate that people don't care about the NBA Finals. Maybe not so much here in Edmonton, but there are basketball fans. So we would be remiss not to mention the Knicks and Spurs tonight. Game 1. San Antonio, Texas.
Yes, I'm aware of who's
Hopefully
in the
they
final.
have the color scheme in the building. It's all there.
It's all there.
Larry O'Brien trophy on the court.
Right on a little makeshift stand, right by Timothy Chalamet, right between he and Kevin Hart. And if you believe that these things matter, and I kind of do, that
it all matters.
That
sports show
in the NBA, the New York Knicks, despite the fact, like they're to me the basketball equivalent of what the Dallas Cowboys are.
Yeah,
their brand is much larger than the reality.
Yeah, the success.
So the power of the New York Knicks is where they play, obviously, and they have I wouldn't even say a rich history. It is a rich history around the sport.
Yes,
but in terms of like, hey man, when was the last time you actually
the success
mattered?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Very long time.
It is a hell of a brand.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of things with the San Antonio Spurs, I mean, talk about branding, and they certainly have a player right now that is globally renowned in all those things with Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
But again, this is kind of taking it back. I love the aesthetic matchup of the Knicks against the Spurs.
Okay, yes.
I mentioned I love the logos in front of that Larry O'Brien trophy painted on the court. I love the story from both. Growing up, you had the Admiral and all that, Spurs have always, to me, in a child of my age or a guy of my age, I've kind of seen them as highly successful.
Parker?
Pop, I mean, for crying out loud.
Tony Parker.
Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, killing the bat.
Yes.
Yes. I just love these two markets. I love these two teams, and I'm glad they're in it because this should be a fun finals too. But your thoughts on this one? How do you think it goes, Jasmine? We care. You do as well.
And factoid for you, San Antonio Spurs, a member for those of a certain age of the ABA. American Basketball Association, they're the ones that played with the red, white, and blue ball. Mm-hmm. Dr. J started there, and they used to be known as the San Antonio or the Dallas Chaparrals. And then they moved to San Antonio, and they named the Spurs.
What's a chaparral? Is that like a bird? Male stripper? Oh.
No, it's a bird, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah. They joined the NBA in 1976.
Oh.
So a heritage, I mean, in terms of tenure served in the NBA. But yeah, they're from the upstart league. Just
Chaparral
like the Kansas City Chiefs are.
And Toronto Toros.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Chaparral is an emerging Texas-based alt-country trio formed in 2023. So there you go as well. So maybe they're taking that from that.
But it is a bird, if I'm not mistaken. It's some kind of thing that would run around in the desert.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the band here, man. I think they must have took it from the band, knowing that they would exist someday. And it sounds like a dirty word, to be honest with you.
If you want to take it that way,
I'm going to take it that way. Maybe it sounds like a guy serving fireball shots at 11 a.m. at some restaurant.
Would you, ladies, and you like?
May I interest you in a warm
Edmonton
shooter?
Sports Talk. Yes.
So NBA Finals, that tips off tonight. You love it. Stanley Cup Final one night, NBA Finals the next, and so on and so forth. Locally, the Edmonton Stingers back in the court tonight. They got a big test. They're at 2-3, looking to improve to 3-3. They are in Brampton to take on the 5-1 Brampton Honey Badgers, and
who don't care. There's another thing. Honey badgers don't care.
Well, it's a tough animal. Tough hide.
Chaparral is a common nickname for the Roadrunner. It is, in fact, a bird.
Okay, yes. All right. Well, now
famous for their speed,
talking,
distinct
baby.
head crests, and long tails.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I like that.
Yeah.
Roadrunner's a hell of a bird. That's as close to a dinosaur, I think, as you can. Well, ostrich, emu, I think, but those are kind of like those smaller raptor.
Oh,
type
you're saying like things that still exist.
Yeah.
That are among us that remind you of the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Or a link to a dinosaur. Okay.
Stingers and Badgers tonight out in Brampton. That gets underway at 5:30. We'll have that game for you live here on Edmonton Sports Talk. You can tune in. We'll join it in progress at 6 right after the Reed Wilkins Show, 3 to 6 here on EST. Over to the Diamond. The Riverhawks, they get doubled up in Victoria last night, 6-3 by the Harbor Cats, to kick off a 3-game set, part of a 6-game road trip, I do believe. Game 2 going later on this evening at 6:35. Jays lose a tight one, 4-3 to the Braves down in Atlanta to open up a 3-game set. Game 2 of that series will go later tonight as well. Jays 29-32, 5-5 in their last 10. They now have dropped 3 straight after kind of putting together a pretty impressive run there, but still 8.5 back of the division-leading Tampa Rays. And Seattle Mariners, 2.5 up on the Rangers for tops. In your American League West, they've now won 8 in a row, Dave Jameson. They are the hottest team in the big leagues.
Until they're not.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll take whatever I can get here,
sure.
but, it's
Come
something.
on, man.
Houston Astros way in the rearview mirror. Yeah. Athletics still punching above. They're 500, 3 back, so keeping in the hunt.
Hanging around.
But you got to love that from a baseball point of view. Outside of that, I mentioned CFL. Yes, the top 50. I mean, we're ready to go, locked and loaded. Season kickoff tomorrow night.
Do you want to dip into this now, or do you want to come back to CFL? I've now perused the list.
6:45ish. We'll get into that, and that's good because again, in part of tonight's draft and everything else surrounding it.
Sure.
I mean, we're here now. Thursday, tomorrow, Hamilton, Montreal, game
real.
1. Dustin Nielson, of course, in action. Friday, he'll be calling for TSN, the Stamps at home to the Bombers. That's your Friday night football. And rounding out week 1, just the 3-game slate will be your Edmonton Elks, 5 o'clock Saturday night in Ottawa to take on Ryan Dinwiddie's Red Blacks. So a nice 3-game set to start the CFL season. Love it now. You got finals in both the NHL and NBA, CFL kicking off here, and of course, a lot of great local sports as well.
And Oilers.
Well, the Oilers offseason continues as well. Yes, Dave, we would be remiss. The UFA list is out at tsn.ca. Okay. Top 30 UFAs, trade targets, and YouTube Trev's trade of the day. That'll be coming up next. So get set for that. What was it, 60% for pulling?
Yeah, just over 60%.
You think you'll get anything higher than that in terms of...
Yeah.
Because people are also voting on the deal. It's not necessarily like, again, you may not... But the deal is good. You're voting on the...
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be tough, especially depending on the player as well that I ship out. Besides, that's going to be tough as well. It could be a home run deal, but it would still be no. Like that's a fan favorite, Trev. Why would we trade him? Yeah,
straight up, and you'll probably
now those would be 80%.
Yes,
and up.
Yes, no retention, nothing.
More
clean.
Jari trades.
See, that's the thing. It'll be an unrealistic trade, and you'll get 95% of them.
Yeah. I like that.
You could do something totally stupid and totally dumb.
And you'll get responses in the inbox like, you should be the GM, Trev.
Yeah. Simple as that.
It started like that.
Stan, are you listening?
It always starts that way, Trev. They like you until they don't.
Yeah.
Again, as I'm saying, you should start a blog, and then you'll be hired to a front office in no time. That's the path that this league is taking.
It seems like it.
Hurricanes,
I'm
Dello,
blogging.
King, the whole bit. I mean, I'm surprised RCN doesn't have a job yet.
I'm a blogger.
RCN, you should start a blog with RCN.
Oh.
Or tied.
The Oil and Fire blog. He's a Flames fan. You're an Oilers fan. You guys can have and then you'll get hired. Simple as that.
Okay. I like that. How's it going, RCN?
Let's get to a sports update here. For Paramount Flooring, are you ready to treat your feet?
Sure.
Visit the men's store at 10707 184th Street on the West End or online at ParamountFlooring.ca. Okay, if you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, we'll get a traffic update from the always awesome Pauline Higgins. She'll let you know what's going on with your morning commute. iHeart TuneIn Radio app, The Source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, and on YouTube, a sports update with YouTube Trev. We'll get to his trade of the day next. And that's good for the Italian Center coming up as well. It is the Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielson. Lieutenant Eric coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. We'll be back in a minute.
Game 1 goes to the Vegas Golden Knights. Tomas Hertl called game with minutes to spare in the third period, outlasting the Hurricanes in a 5-4 track. Game 2 goes tomorrow night in Raleigh at 6. Columbus star Zach Werenski officially took home the Norris Trophy as NHL's top defenseman in front office. The Nashville Predators hired Colorado's Chris McFarland as their new president and GM. And get ready for a major all-star shakeup. The NHL announced a brand new 5-team 3-on-3 international tournament for next year's showcase with a cool $2 million prize on the line. Over to the Diamond, the Blue Jays battled hard down in Atlanta last night, but fell short, dropping a 4-3 nail-biter to the Braves. The Jays will look to bounce back and salvage a series split later today. Patrick Corbin, he gets the start for the Jays. First pitch flies at 5:15. And the Riverhawks, they're in Victoria taking on the Harbor Cats for a 3-game set. They dropped the first one 6-3, but game 2 is tonight. First pitch at 6:35, and you can catch all the live coverage right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Edmonton Stingers, they're also in action tonight in Brampton, taking on the Honey Badgers. Tip-off goes at 5:30. It's a 1999 throwback rematch as Jalen Brunson and the red-hot New York Knicks put their 11-game playoff winning streak on the line against Victor Wembanyama. And the San Antonio Spurs Game 1 of the NBA Finals tips off at 6:30. And at the French Open, Felix Auger-Aliassime's quarterfinal matchup is set to take place just in a matter of time against Italy's Fabio Caboli. The Sports Update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. We're expecting some changes in Edmonton this offseason. We're talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation with the flooring lineup homeowners actually want. No permission needed to contact us. Visit our showroom open 7 days a week or online at paramountflooring.ca. On YouTube, Trev, you're up to date.
The Nielson Show with Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Hour one of the Nielson Show continues on Edmonton Sports Talk. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielson, Lieutenant Eric, and YouTube Trev. You heard there on the Sports Update for Paramount Flooring. Hour one of the Nielson Show is brought to you by Ewell, your power play specialists. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project. 3 Edmonton area locations, plus you can order online anytime at ewel.ca, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. 780-218-9999 is the number to text, not my phone, Jasmine. You can text the Paris Jewelers inbox. That'll do just fine. Paris Jewelers, check them out, parisjewelers.com. They are Canadian. They are family owned. And of course, the best text today will be off to Royal Pizza. $20 to Royal Pizza. Probably with a Macromella intro. Rubella 2.0 has got one. EST legal analyst and guy whose side hustle is rating the accuracy of orgy scenes in movies on YouTube. Eric Macromella. So we're starting with a bang.
Literally.
Thank you. And we'll see if you can top that. That's a good
high
one.
bar.
Rubella 2.0, you never miss. So we'll put that on the shelf here and revisit that. Macromella intro 780-218-9999. Probably your path to a Royal Pizza text of the day.
Clubhouse leader.
Clubhouse leader. All right, YouTube Trev.
Behind the technical desk.
That is I.
Yes.
How you doing?
Floors.
How you doing today, Trev?
Doing great.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
Good. Yes.
Good, yeah.
Now that we've got that out of the way, let's go.
Trade of the day.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
It is that time.
You can vote on the YouTube Nasty Chat. Trev will say a trade. Once again, this is assuming the other team signs off on it. Would you make this deal from an
And-
Oilers' point of view?
Yes.
This is an exercise, people.
This is an exercise
Really,
Yeah, I don't know why we haven't recorded
Strictly
you yet, so you don't have to say it every day.
for entertainment purposes.
Yes.
We're having fun here.
Having a little fun.
we're trying to.
I'm having fun.
We're endeavoring.
Yeah, so this week is the rumor mill week. That's what it's being labeled. I'm calling it that.
Mm-hmm.
And we started with Sebastian Cossa, and we went to Jake DeBrusk yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I had this player. I've got a list of players that I wouldn't be... Like, I like this player. The player that I'm going to be trying to acquire today. I think he is a solid player, and I'll get into all of that. But the top 6 week that I had, the winger week, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I had him on this. And then this week, there's a speculation that the Oilers might have interest.
So do you remember what the results were of the previous? What he was included in, or was that?
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
I ended up not. I was like, yeah, I
interesting.
went a different way. But I was going to make a trade for this player somewhere down the line, and today is that day. So let's get right to it. Right now, I am trading the Oilers 2026 second, their 2026 third,
Right.
and just bear with me here, for Philadelphia Flyers right winger Owen Tippett.
Tippett.
Yes. So I think it broke yesterday. David Pagnotta from the fourth period, he said that there might be Pegs. Yes.
Yeah,
he joins to the boys at Hello Hockey on Saturdays at 10. He said there might be some interest. I'm paraphrasing here, but I saw it. I saw it online. And so that's why I was like, you know what? That's funny because I had interest in this player as well. What's his contract, Trev? See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So he is currently at a $6.2 million cap hit. He's going on year 3 of an 8-year deal. So you got some term there coming at $6.2 million. I know that seems like a lot. It is. He'd be getting paid more than Zach Hyman and Nugent Hopkins. And as far as point totals, his highest career, or his highest, he had 53 points 2 seasons ago. So I definitely think there's upside there. When the Oilers play the Flyers, this guy, I'm always betting on him to do something. I always say he's a little bit of an Oilers killer.
You want to acquire him just so he doesn't hurt you anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a bit of that in there, eh?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not quite to the extent of like the Adrian Kempes of the world. But man, like this guy is noticeable every single time I watch the Oilers play. Philly, he stands out. He can skate like the wind. He's a smart player. He's got a great shot. 28 goals this season, 23 assists, 51 points. Yesterday I just threw in the second for Jake DeBrusk. I think you have to throw in a third for Owen Tippett. I think there is quite a bit more offensive potential. And by quite a bit, I mean a lot. Like I could see this guy being a 60 to 70 point player one day. I think he's just getting started.
How old again?
And I say that I think he's just getting started. He's 27 years old, but it's taken him a while to, find his game maybe. I think this would be a great trade, and I know you'd probably have to get some salary retention, maybe. So maybe you throw in another pick or 2 seconds to get that salary retained, but that's the trade of the day today.
It's certainly be interesting. He is a bit of a victim of a crowded winger group in Philly, with some of the names kind of announcing themselves. So Owen Tippett. So we'll have the trade up in its entirety, the give and the get, both on YouTube. You can vote on there, yes or no. Again, assuming the Flyers are like, yep, let's do it. Would you sign off on the trade? Yes or no? Just a few comments. Will he perform in the playoffs? Easy E94 says.
Right. Let's get to the
He
playoffs.
does have speed, Penner's Pancake says. Need a bruiser like Scotty Hartnell. Hey, he's got the hair like Hartnell. He's the Red Rocket.
He's not, a little bit of a red rocket in him. He's not too, he is physical. I think he can hold his own. I think that's part of I wouldn't say for all the players in Philly, but he definitely is physical. He could hold his own. That's what I'd say on that. So I'll put the poll.
Erect the poll.
Erect the poll right now. But
yes.
a second and a third, I imagine Philly would want a little bit more.
So what would you be prepared to offer to?
I wouldn't go.
So yes,
I wouldn't go more than 2 seconds.
Okay.
And I'd be pretty firm on a second and a third, and maybe future considerations. But if they're like, no, we'll give you just a little bit more, maybe I'd do 2 seconds. But
I don't mind it. I think the number will be pretty good in your favor, Trev, for pulling a trigger on this trade. I would think maybe this morning. But Clayton Penner says I would trade for Marchment. You can call him anything but a coward. I remember the billboard. Yeah, okay. I'm here to drink beer and block shots. I'm all out of beer. McDiesel 780 says. Is that the Marchment billboard? But maybe Marchment finds his way into a...
yeah. I don't know. Brandon from Windsor, 6.5 mil for 50 points. No, thank you. honestly, that's kind of the price. Like I will say, you look at Zach
28
Hyman.
goals.
You look at Zach Hyman, and that's what people are going to compare it to. But those are extremely team-friendly deals. That's not the actual market
No, that's
value.
not the market now.
No, it's not. So,
Another reason to like Zach Hyman.
yes.
Yet another.
Not sure why Philly would trade Tippett. I'd do that trade, though, Troll says. Well, I think Philly, again, they're dealing from a spot of wealth in that position.
Yeah.
And there's other guys banging on the door there, and I think that's kind of where this rumor would bubble up in terms of him being available on the market there, courtesy Pags.
Yeah.
6'2", elite speed, proven scoring touch.
It's all
Okay.
around it, man. Whenever the Oilers play Philly, I'm always betting on him to have a point, an assist, a goal. Like he's always around it, I find.
I'm excited to see what this number is. We'll have it on YouTube. Once again, you can pop over if you're listening this morning, 95.7 Cruise FM. Continue listening, but pop over to the YouTube, like the show, subscribe to the channel, and vote on the poll today. It will be erected here in a matter of minutes. That is YouTube Trev's Trade of the Day.
Yeah.
All part of off-season, what off-season? And that's for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta area for over 50 years. Check them out today, GCL Diesel. Let's get into, that's good for the Italian Center. Pop into the Italian Center today, get some paninos, get some heat and serve pastas. You can get just a tray of meatballs if you wish. Hell, you can just get a big old gallon of the sauce. I mean, you can just eat that with a spoon. I think that's hearty enough. They've got enough minerals and vegetables in there, and it's all homemade stuff. It's good stuff. So just get the sauce if you must. Produce department's great, very fresh, very vibrant. The bakery, of course, we've spoken enough about the bakery. The tiramisu, right? The little cakes
Yes,
you can get, the
tiramisu,
donuts,
yes.
all that good stuff. The deli counter.
That's good.
That's good. Dave, we will be switching, albeit shortly, and I wanted to get. You heard in the sports update there as well, a little French Open action this morning.
Yes,
Our boy Felix
I can't follow
Auger-Aliassime.
it, but yes.
Yeah, that scheduled match, his quarterfinal match, it's him and 3 Italians in this morning's quarterfinals.
Wide
He's
open,
up
my
against
friend.
Flavio Caboli. That match now scheduled for 7 o'clock this morning, so we'll keep an eye on that. But let's go, Felix. As we said, the path to the finals here at the French Open is
Right there.
It's wide
You
open.
May not get a better opportunity.
Reach out and grab it. So we'll keep an eye on his match. But I wanted to get to the CFL here quickly. Of course, tonight is the Dunya Draft. Our 4-man, the original Edmonton CFL Fantasy League. The Birmingham Barracudas, your title holders. I do believe this evening the Shreveport Pirates are on the clock holding the number 1 overall pick. That would be Scott McCord.
Is Jack Pardee still your coach in Birmingham? I believe he was the coach, was he not?
He is. The seat was getting a little hot, but he won the chip. So I mean, there's kind of now he's giving himself some time here.
Yeah, bought some.
But it's exciting night for us in the Dunya. Exciting night. I know people have been trying to draft their teams up at CFL.ca. I don't know how that's been looking here, but this is the league. This is the draft tonight that everybody talks about here in Edmonton. It is the Dunya. We are getting live tonight, and of course, CFL regular season action finally kicking off tomorrow night. Hamilton at home to Montreal, a delicious Eastern matchup. 2 of the tops. I mean, the Toronto and Ottawa. We'll see what their seasons kind of shape up for. I think Ottawa's got more of a better trajectory. The Argonauts, though, are always funny. I mean, they have a couple years off, then they win the Grey Cup. A couple years off, win the Grey Cup. So they're always
Look,
a bit
we
of a...
don't know Chad Kelly's
that's-
ability
yeah.
to, return from that grievous injury, right?
Yeah.
So
New day there, though. New
Yeah,
coaching
new
and everything,
coach, yeah.
but same as Ottawa. But Montreal and Hamilton's positioned to win now mode, and that should be a great kickoff to the regular season tomorrow night
yeah.
from the Hammer. But Dave, you did have a bit of time to familiarize
Yes.
yourself with the
giving it a look.
TSN's top 50. I know Dustin Nielson has a say on this as well, all voting. Distribution by team in the top 50. The Riders had 9 players. The Bombers and Ticats had 7. Lions had 6. Also the Alouettes with 6. Stamps had 5. The Elks, your Edmonton Elks, had 4 players breaking the top 50. Red Blacks and Argonauts, 3. You had 10 receivers, 9 defensive backs, 7 quarterbacks, 7 defensive linemen, 6 O-linemen, 5 linebackers, 5 running backs, and 1 returner. Vidal out of Winnipeg is your returner. But just going over the top 10, of course, Nathan Rourke with a bullet, number 1. Bo Levi Mitchell coming in at number 2. Kenny Lawler follows him. The old Lawler-Bo Levi
Highest paid
stack.
receivers since Rocket Ishmael, correct?
He got the bag, but
Yeah.
now you wonder when players do get that contract, right? And Probably some bonuses attached there. So Lawler and Bo and Lawler, you're 2 and 3 in that top 10. Matthew Betts, defensive lineman out of BC at number 4.
Former Elk.
Followed by Keon Hatcher.
Senior.
I've senior, yes, not to be confused with junior, but I have picked him up in a few drafts. Might be looking at his name. Tyrese Beverette, linebacker out of Montreal, coming in at 6.
Brady Oliveira
at
Winnipeg.
7. Running back Trevor Harris, Grey Cup winning quarterback out of Saskatchewan at 8. Davis Alexander.
If he could stay healthy.
Yeah, well, it's the same with Davis Alexander. I would have Alexander higher on the list. I think his upside is much more than Trevor Harris, but Davis Alexander at number 9. And Jamarcus Hardrick, offensive lineman out of Saskatchewan, rounding out the top 10.
Vernon Adams at 16. I might have had him higher than that.
Okay, what about Justin Rankin at 15? I know
that's lower than I would have.
We're guilty here of talking up our team a lot more.
By the way, Murray McCourt,
yes,
and the Ranch drafted in the draft in Elk.
Yes, he was he's
good
going to
play
be
there
ambassador there
by
type
Murr.
of thing. That is the play. I mean, Justin Rankin is the guy. We'll see what kind of season he has. I know we're all hoping for big numbers and big things out of him in the backfield. But you had him, and then just going down the list here. I mean, is there anything Malik Carney? You will not find a bigger fan of Malik Carney than right here.
You're an advocate.
I love the guy. And I know Mark Killam spoke about him. Mark Killam, of course, debuting on the Coaches Show yesterday with Reed Wilkins and Jason Milne.
What time does that run?
3 to 6 on the show, but they'll fix him in whenever. I don't know if there's like a set time with that segment, but you can hear Mark Killam once a week there on the Reed Wilkins Show. The Mark Killam Show. Malik Carney's great. You could put him anywhere on that line. You can drop him off into coverage. I mean, he's a pure athlete. Love him on the D-line for the Elks. I think that was a very astute pickup. And going down the list here, more. Caleros comes in at number 29. Like a lot of people have been saying, like, the party's over in Winnipeg. Now a lot of people are thinking, well, they're loving his intensity. He's back. He's healthy for the time being as well. But if this is the last kick at the can for him, we've seen what he can do when he is healthy and when he's got a good team run. Probably a better offensive scheme this year than the one they were complaining about last year.
And they made changes.
Tommy Condell in, long-standing OC in the league. So we'll see there. But Zach Caleros, number 29 out of the 50.
Upright and safe. And I don't bet against O'Shea and Kyle Walter and that group. I just think they're an exceptionally well-run organization.
And they've addressed the offensive schemes and the play calling was an issue, and they've addressed that. So we'll see there.
But, this sounds like an obvious thing. I mean, but get enough time for Elgersma at some point to see what they got there.
We'll see. Terrell Ford clocking in at number 44, of course, defensive back, one of, if not the best in the league, also carrying that Canadian passport, which makes things better for your roster construction. And going down and down and down, Coulter Woodmansey, acquired in the offseason from Hamilton. Elks offensive lineman, he chalks in at number 49. And Justin Hardy, Mr. Irrelevant, number 50 in your top 50 of CFL players. So it's a good list. You can check it out at CFL.ca. I know I'll be perusing this. Not using it as my full metric for tonight's draft, but it is something to chew on here. And again, voted on by members of the CFL media.
It works.
It works. I would have Rankin a little higher, though, I guess. But, I mean, from an Elks point of view...
I don't take exception to anything with inside that top 10. That's probably where I would play it if I were a vote.
Bo Levi at number 2?
Okay, that's on reputation.
Yeah. Like, I'm curious to see. This is another guy, too, that you got to... If he remains healthy, he can do a lot of great things.
He could be in the top 10, but I would say the 2 spot is higher than he should be.
Yeah. So,
and you know how quickly it can change with an aging quarterback.
Well, that's just it, and that's why I have Davis Alexander
he looked
a
terrific
lot.
last year.
Davis Alexander, to me, too, is in that Rourke realm. And a Vernon Adams of yesteryear, I think he, too, is now getting a little... But just in terms of excitement and watching the guy play, both with the arm and with the legs, these are guys that can do a multitude of things and be dangerous in a variety of aspects on the field. So that is your CFL top 50, going over the top 10 and the top 50. Once again, 4 Edmonton Elks making the list, and Justin Rankin 15th on the top 50. So once again, CFL season kicking off tomorrow. Love it. You get your Thursday night football, the CFL summer sked. I know we hit Labor Day and we say things get real, and they do, and it's a bit of a different, but you got NFL starting up. You got a lot of things happening. I do like kicking it off in the summer with the Thursday night, the Friday night. You got the 2 finals in the leagues now, NBA and NHL. This is all
You're well
scheduled.
looked after.
You are
satisfied.
just pacified every single night.
Got
Montreal and
nutrients.
Hamilton tomorrow. Winnipeg and Calgary. That's Friday from Calgary. Dustin Nielson, of course, will have the call on TSN alongside Luke Wilson. I do believe the two of them will be doing
This
the
is a
Friday
new
night footballs.
partnership, right?
Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting watch and to listen.
Where is Suter?
Well, Suits is doing his. I mean, he'll be doing his thing. He'll probably be joining us a few times during the summer. I'd assume he's always a good guest to have on the show, but he'll be around. Edmonton and Ottawa rounding out week 1. That goes from the nation's capital Saturday at 5. And of course, Maddie and Milne will have your Green and Gold kickoff show and post game throughout the Elks season. They will be live on the scene in and around Commonwealth for the home games, and of course, doing the road games here from EST HQ. Elks Red Blacks Saturday at 5. Edmonton's pursuit of it's always a pursuit of the Grey Cup, but I would say a playoff spot. I would
Start with the playoffs.
I would say in a West Division 2 that I think is going to be very tight.
As it usually is.
You have some chance, and now and again, how they ended last season. I said it before, and I'll say it again. The team I didn't want to play in the postseason last year with how they were turning it on and finding themselves. So we'll see if they can kind of take that and move forward with that to start the season in Ottawa Saturday. That is your That's Good for the Italian Center Shop. That's good. Doing your draft tonight. CFL season kicking off tomorrow. You got the top 50 list out right now. If you have been drafting a season-long fantasy team on CFL, how is that going? I was wondering, too, if maybe it was a traffic issue. Maybe you take this thing positively and say too many people were just joining and trying to do the draft and the traffic was too high. That could be a thing.
Yeah.
They do have to figure that out, but Stuart Johnson, I know, is also commenting about a new website or something as well later on in the season with the development of the app.
Right. And how are we doing on CFL Fantasy? Did the glitches get worked out?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think I would hope. I would hope that there's an issue, much like the Bombers, you go in and fix it. Mm-hmm. Now, again, maybe it was due to traffic. I don't know.
I don't know the back end stuff. Does
Bones
it work
says,
or does it not?
Rankin at 50, not bad for a folk singer from Cape Breton.
Oh, I see
the
what you
old
did
Rankin
there.
family, hey?
Yes.
Not a bad text, not a Macromel intro, but it might get you there, Bones. That's really good. Zach's got some good receivers this year, too, Lucas says. Tim White, Ontario Wilson, Neiled with Dembski. Yeah, I mean, he's got some weapons. And, of course, we talked about the backfield with Brady Oliveira. So, yeah, he does have some things there at his disposal. EST legal analyst, a guy who has Dustin Nielson tied up and gagged in his basement until Matthew Iwanek finally agrees to his ransom request of 24 homemade bagels. Eric Macromel. That comes in from Lacombe Drew. We also had
And
another.
be clear, those are Montreal bagels.
Maddie does make some really good
Matt's
bagels.
making bagels now.
Oh, say what?
You made me some bagels.
Okay, when did this start and how?
Well, I'd say 2 weeks ago he made them for me. He was talking about it on. He was filling in for Hernan while he was in Mexico,
Yeah.
and I was like, kind of just joking in the nasty chat. I was like, I love bagels. Make me some bagels, Maddie. Where are the bagels, Maddie? And then sure enough, on Monday he's like, here's your bagels. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
So nice. And then I brought them home, ate them, and
As you would.
delicious, man. So
Okay.
good. Yeah,
I think he is a sourdough starter as well.
he does.
This is Maddie's new thing. You know,
It's all grown
He's a
up.
baker.
Well, he's got a woman now, and he's doing these domesticated type of,
Okay.
yeah.
Good for him.
And of course, owning that 25th floor palatial suite, there's not a lot of yard
Say
work
palatial
to
or
palatial.
okay. There.
That's the word, right?
Yes.
So he doesn't have a lot to do. So it's more inside the home, inside the kitchen, doing a lot of that stuff. So yeah, I look forward to his culinary journey.
Proud of him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and you're reaping the benefits
Yes.
live.
Where are the bagels, Maddie? Give me the bagels, Maddie.
Maverick 1979X and then asked chat
And we
says,
say hello.
Yeah, we say hello. Coast to coast to coast. How come only 3 CFL games this week? Well, there are buys.
How come only?
How come only? Week 1, there are 3 games. Week 2, there are also 3 games. Now, I assume this has a lot to do with the World Cup getting underway. Those things, scheduling issues, both in Toronto and in BC. Week 3, we'll have your 4-game slate. Friday night football and a Saturday triple header as well with the Elks. In part, they will be playing their home opener against Montreal Saturday, June 20th. So that's when you can see the Elks here They will play week 1 in Ottawa, week 2 they'll have a bye, and then week 3 back home to host Montreal Saturday at 2 o'clock. So looking forward to that. Of course, tailgate will be bumping. EST will have a presence there once again. Maddie and Milne will have the green and gold kickoff show down there, and can't wait to do a little tailgating.
With Tall Boy, Jerry Haraxi.
Jerry and the Spirit and the Scout will all be down
you
there.
like to
Turf
get banged
District,
up at
everybody.
the tailgate? Or
Do
you just
I like to
dance?
get banged up? Boy,
Or do you
oh
just
boy.
like to dance to the music?
Well, and again, if you're not like, if you're, you can go to the tailgate and enjoy yourself for a couple of hours, and then if you want to take the transit home or whatever the case is and watch the game, I mean, we'd encourage you to get to the game. It's great. It's affordable. It's all that
Always better in the
good
seats.
stuff. Yeah, affordable tickets on sale. GoElks.com is where you can go, but you can just go down and enjoy yourself in the tailgate, and I mean that in itself is an event. So lots of good stuff happening around Commonwealth this summer with the Elks.
Going to be thinking of VR Montenegro.
We'll pour one out for him.
Well,
I'll pour out a
absolutely.
full beer for him in the parking lot.
Yes.
He'd like that. He'd
Shout
say,
out
"Don't
VR."
waste." But yeah, I'm gonna miss that guy. Him and
too.
Ginger hanging around the tailgate was always good times.
Love him.
Rob from the Grove said, "Does somebody say tailgate?" Yes. No. Yeah. Rob, you'll be down there. We'll all be down there. It's gonna be fun. Stubrock 2440 Argos' first home game isn't until August 6th. Now the Argos are playing some home games on the road this season. I do
Aren't they
believe
playing in your old
there's
neck
one
of
in
the woods?
Regina, and they're calling it a whiteout.
Okay.
Because the Argonauts will be the home team and the Riders will be wearing their they're going to have like a new jersey, it's going to be like a blizzard in the summer type of game, so it's going to be a whiteout down there. So yeah, the Argonauts will have a wacky, and this could be the year where they have this wacky schedule, home games on the road, that they do go off and like win the, as I said, one of those Argonaut seasons.
Against
where it's-
all odds.
Yeah. So that's good for the Italian Center. Check out the Italian Center today. Maybe get some pizza pies and some paninos for week 1 and settle in. Check out the Elks on the road in Ottawa Saturday at 5. That's hour 1 of the show. It's brought to you by Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner in power. Power Play specialists. They have the gear you need for your next electrical project. 3 Edmonton area locations, or you can go online, ewell.ca, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Coming up, Noodles, you know him, Jamie McLennan of TSN, also on Overdrive alongside Hayes
Popular
and the
program.
O-Dog. Yeah,
Popular program.
he's kind of the he's not the stick that stirs the drink. He would be.
Straw?
I think that's O-Dog.
Yeah, the
Hayes is
dog
the
is-
drink because he hosts. Noodles is like the ice cube, I guess, in the drink, maybe. The fizzy pop that
You need Ice Cube.
He's the
You need ice
he's
cubes.
the
You need noodles.
aspartame.
the aspartame in the drink.
Yes.
Our own aspartame. Noodles
Yes.
joins us just after the top of the hour here. Play Alberta Early Bird. We'll be looking for the NBA Finals tonight. Probably go there a bit. Free advice. If you need any advice from Dave Jameson, he's here to help you. Or if you'd like to give us advice on just doing this program, it's always welcome at 780-218-9999. And legal analyst Eric Macramella, all on the way in a jam-packed second hour. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielson, Lieutenant Eric. Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. And we're coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. But a sports update here. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, we'll get to a quick traffic update from the wonderful Pauline Higgins. The sports update, though, brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Join YouTube Trev for the best trip of his life, a weekend of Blue Jays baseball in Toronto as they take on the Chicago White Sox July 17th to 19th. That's coming up here. You're all packed?
I can't wait, baby.
Yeah, like time's flying.
Yep.
Contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises if you'd like to get on the wait list today and join Trev in Toronto. Call or text her 780-970-4834. Here's the update.
Nikolai Ehlers got the party started, but Tomas Hertl shut it down, delivering the game winner late in the third period, capping off a 5-4 track meet against the Hurricanes. Carolina won't have long to stew on it. Game 2 goes tomorrow night in Raleigh. 6 o'clock is the puck drop. Columbus star Zach Werenski officially took home the Norris Trophy as NHL's top defenseman. He finished the season with 81 points in 75 games played. In the front office, Nashville Predators hired Colorado's Chris McFarland as their new president and GM. And get ready for a major all-star shakeup. The NHL announced a brand new 5-team 3-on-3 international tournament for next year's showcase with a cool $2 million prize on the line. Over to the Diamond. The Toronto Blue Jays batted battled hard down in Atlanta last night, but fell short, dropping a 4-3 nail-biter to the Braves. The Jays will look to bounce back and salvage a series split later today. Patrick Corbin, he gets the start for the Jays. First pitch flies at 5:15, and the Riverhawks are in Victoria taking on the Harbor Cats for a 3-game set. They dropped the first one 6-3, but game 2 is tonight with first pitch at 6:35. And the Edmonton Stingers are in action tonight in Brampton, taking on the Honey Badgers. Tip-off at 5:30. You can catch both the Stingers and Riverhawks coverage right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. And it's a 1999 throwback rematch. Was Jalen Brunson and the red-hot New York Knicks put their 11-game playoff winning streak on the line against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. Game 1 of the NBA Finals tips off at 6:30 tonight. And at the French Open, Felix Auger-Aliassime's quarterfinal matchup is set to take place this morning against Italy's Fabio Caboli. The Sports Update is brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Join YouTube Trev for the best trip of his life. A weekend of Blue Jays baseball in Toronto, July 17th to 19th, 2026. Contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to join Trev in Toronto. Call or text 780-970-4834. I am YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
The Nielson Show with Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric on
Hour 2 of the Nielson Show is live. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielson, Lieutenant Eric, and YouTube Trev with you. We're coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio, and we are back if you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, iHeart, TuneIn Radio app, the source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. As Trev mentioned, we'll have Stingers basketball tonight at 6, joining that game out against the Honey Badgers in progress here on EST. And of course, if you're watching this morning on YouTube, smash that thumbs up, give us a like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. YouTube Trev's Trade of the Day. The poll is erect. Would you make this trade? Oilers 26 second and third for Owen Tippett. 75% of people say yes from an Oilers stand. Now, this is assuming that Philly signs off on it. So would you make that trade?
Daniel
from an Oilers
Briere would do that in a minute.
Well, we're assuming that he would. Yeah,
no questions asked.
75% right now, yes, but you can vote right now. The poll is erect. It is a live vote on the YouTube Nasty Chat. 780-218-9999 is the Paris Jewelers inbox. Hot Take Kev text in a screen grab of one of his CFL drafts. 2 teams selecting Duncan Del Busby.
Well, that's a CFL move.
Well, yeah, why not have both?
Yeah.
You know, you can have.
Is the guy alive?
Everybody gets everybody if you want. You can all have Nathan Rourke. Why not? Let the games begin, hey?
Give that to Stuart Johnson.
Well,
consider it.
How do you work in? Remember his buddy? Like all these rule changes because the buddy didn't catch the touchdown pass or whatever. This is all just a gripe show. This is what it is. Looks like our first guest is ready to go, so we'll waste no more time. It is TSN's Jamie McLennan of TSN 1050's Overdrive as well. Your GS Construction hockey analyst this morning for more than 5 decades. They've been proud to serve our communities, and once again, they are hiring. They're looking for experienced top men, pipe layers, and operators. Visit gsconstruction.ca and click on careers to find out more. And he joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Great morning to you, Noodles. Hope you're doing well. What a game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. I mean, give us 6 more, baby.
I'll take it. I mean, I loved it. I thought there was, a little bit of everything, and I think there's starting to be a little bit of hatred there as well. Both teams need to dig in physically, but when you look at it, I thought, Carolina started quick as usual. That's their mantra, and they score right away. And you're thinking, okay, 2-0. Carolina looks like they're going to take control of this. And, Torts ends up getting after his players, kind of calling them out on it. You get the goal to make it 2-1, and all of a sudden Vegas is right back in it. So to me, I thought that was a fantastic game. And you're right. I'll take 6 more of those because I think this is going to go the distance. Both teams look like they're up for the challenge.
How important is it in this? Like, it is the final and everything. And the way you mentioned Carolina getting out to that 2-goal lead, it's the famous Tortorella chat on the bench that was heard around the league last night by just saying, keep it simple, lots of game to go. But how important getting this, like, opening one on the road in that fashion, both just not even just for getting up 1-0, but just the mentality of it all. I know it could be a long series, but getting that first on the road against a Carolina team who has buzzsawed their way almost through this playoffs, that's got to do something for the mentals for Vegas as well.
It certainly is. Anytime you can win on the road to start the series, steal home ice. Now game 2, you're technically playing with a little bit of house money. I don't like to say it that way, but if now the onus is on Carolina to win game 2. And, I thought both goaltenders were a little bit, they made amazing saves, but they also were a bit shaky. So, you'll see maybe both of them knuckle down. So I think that's the difference going into game 2 is if Carter Hart can stand on his head and somehow Vegas is going up home 2-0, then they're in really good shape. But I thought Vegas responded. They looked fast. They looked mean. They looked structured. And yes, Carolina got some good looks, but ultimately there'll be adjustments. And I think that's the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is what are the adjustments from the coaching staffs going to be moving into game 2? Are we going to see a 2-1 game, or are we going to see a 5-4 game again?
Jamie, take us a little deeper on the shakiness, as you described it, of both goaltenders. And those aren't necessarily on the goals that were scored against them. Does it show in other ways?
Yeah, it does, because I didn't think that the goals were bad.
Yeah.
It's just, I look at the Gostisbehere goal that tied it at 4. That goes short side on Hart. He explodes out. There's a missed assignment there that allows Gostisbehere to go downhill and get a good look. But if you probably had true serum with Carter Hart last night after the game, he would say he'd like to do something a little bit different on that play. A lot of times when you're in motion trying to take ice, you'll open holes, and that's exactly what happened on that play. So I don't think there were bad goals on either side. I just thought that they're probably, just like we talked about with coaching adjustments, the goaltenders probably like to adjust a little bit to what they saw last night. And, both of these goaltenders, it's their first taste of the Stanley Cup Final. So we are going to see them kind of settle in and adjust to what they need to do to have success.
Final vote totals for the Norris Trophy released yesterday. And, of course, it's got everybody talking and up in arms here. Evan Bouchard finishing 4th. But that's not unexpected, right? I mean, your thoughts on this whole voting total and where we see Bouchard ultimately, again, not cracking that top 3, but coming in at 4th. I mean, that's where he should be, if not higher.
I agree. I had this argument because I had him in my top 3. I believe I had him first or second. I can't remember, and I've lost my email. My email got flushed with my new computer. So, but at the end of the day, I know I had him high. And, I had Werenski. I'd want to say I had Werenski at 4, a little bit farther down. And the reason being is because his team didn't make the playoffs. And I know that probably shouldn't factor in it. But if it's 1% out of 100 of the piece of the pie, I looked at everything. I also looked at an interesting stat, because everybody in Canada, and I know that the narrative around Evan Bouchard is, this guy is terrible turnovers that end up in the back of your net. Well, according to Sport Logic, he had 13 of those. Connor McDavid had 12. Zach Werenski had 12. Rasmus Dahlin had 12. So Bouchard had one more than them. What my argument is that all 13 were highlighted on SportsCenter. and Sport Connected on Sport, on Sportsnet. Like on both highlight shows in Canada, Bouchard's mistakes are front and center. Werenski's, I can't remember one that was played on any of the sports shows in Canada. So that's the one thing. You have 95 points. You play a lot of minutes on the penalty kill, and you're a top tier player. You should be in the top 3 for sure, and maybe win it. And that's where I kind of had a problem with it. But at the end of the day, it's no slight on Zach Werenski. He had an amazing season. I think all 5 guys who were up for it, you can make a case for it. But at the end of the day, I thought Bouchard should have been higher in the voting.
It's interesting as I'm listening to you answer that, Werenski, and, he was for a long time leading the discussion for the Norris, but is it possible to be as good as he was and be under the radar because of the team he's on and the market he's in?
Yes. And the reason being is because of kind of the comments what I made earlier. It's like how many people actually sat down and watched Columbus play? Other than me, for some reason,
Yes.
I'm a hockey freak when it comes to that. Everybody will be watching an NFL game, and I will be watching Columbus play Anaheim, and enjoying that on a Friday night.
Yeah, you weirdo.
Yeah, I've got a sickness, but at the end of the day, like it is flying under the radar. It's more about the market that you play in and how much attention that you get. And I think that's where Werenski, it's hard to hide when you're the number 1 guy on Team USA that wins gold. So there's something that you can put in your back pocket. But ultimately, like again, I come back to the market he plays in and how much fanfare it gets or not gets.
TSN's Jamie McLennan joining us for GS Construction on the Firehouse Subs Hotline. Speaking of markets and the one you are in, alongside O-Dog and Hayes on TSN 1050, and talking a lot of Leafs. And Darren Dreger tweeting out a couple hours ago, Leafs coaching search is getting more interesting. Sources say Patrick Waugh and Peter Laviolette are part of this week's stage of the interview process. Now, once again, we've talked about from an Oilers point of view as well. These are people talking. You're going through your due diligence. You're talking to people. But what does a Patrick Waugh and a Peter Laviolette response get out of that market?
Well, I think it's going to at least be topical for a day or two for sure, because, all the talk was David Carl. Hey, we're going to get this, Colorado, University of Denver coach potentially. And, by all accounts, he's a fantastic coach. But at the end of the day, he's chosen, probably maybe a different pathway for himself and his young family right now. We'll wait to see on that. But I still think there's coaches in the AHL that are going to get looks that potentially are still playing. I do think you have to go through your due diligence. And if you're Edmonton, I'm hoping that you've talked to both of those coaches as well. I think Patrick was an interesting one because Hall of Fame goaltender. And if you look at it, he's a very hardened coach. I had a buddy, Drew McGinley, played for him in Colorado. And he told me, he said he thought Patrick was an excellent coach. And his practices were very hard. He pushed his team. He was not shy to speak up and hold guys accountable. And that's kind of, again, if I've got a
you put him into that tier of what the Oilers are apparently looking for, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's kind of where I was going. I've said it on this show several times. What the Oilers need is somebody with pedigree that is not shy to, for lack of better words, have accountability with his players. The only thing I would argue, though, is you need that systematic detail. So for me, it's Cassidy, Laviolette into Waugh, into Berube. So those would be if I had a 1 to 4 list, I think Bruce Cassidy fits every bill for the Edmonton Oilers, just based on how hard he is. And I think tongue-in-cheek, I've brought up Daryl Sutter's name too on a 1-year deal, hauling him off the farm and having him attack these guys for a year. I think that would be great as well. But what they need is hardened players, hardened coaches. And Waugh and Laviolette fit the bill for any team that is looking for that. Toronto, if they are not looking to rebuild, if they're looking to kind of retool and go right back at it like Boston did, I think they would be looking for a veteran coach. So Laviolette and Waugh would fit that bill. So I think, John Chaika, you have to do your due diligence and look at everybody. And it sounds like those two are the next up.
Would Jay Woodcroft intrigue you at all, linking him to Toronto? Because I did see that name circulate. I mean, and if so, why?
I think he's smart tactically. He did have good seasons with McDavid and Draisaitl and knows how to handle talent. I think he's strong from a standpoint of systematic. If you look at, you could argue that Anaheim beat Edmonton on a lot of different fronts, in the playoffs. Obviously, McDavid, Draisaitl, Dickinson, Henrique, not healthy. So let's throw that out there. If they were, it probably looks different. But you could also argue there was something personal there where Joel Quenneville and Stan Bowman, who don't very get along, and things didn't end well in Chicago. So I'm sure Q wanted to beat them on that level. And Jay Woodcroft probably wanted a little bit of redemption against his former team and probably knew how to coach against them systematically. So I look at it. I think Jay Woodcroft would be a great fit in Toronto because I think he has the swagger and the confidence to handle the market, but he knows how to work with star players. And I look at William Nylander. I look at Austin Matthews. And then, so from a systematic standpoint, I think he's strong. So there's not really a downside for Jay Woodcroft other than the fact that he hasn't had tremendous success as far as winning a Stanley Cup or anything like that.
In terms of movement as well, and we'll get off the Leafs talk as BB texts in the Paris Jaloux inbox. Sadly, you guys are more and more sounding like Maple Leafs West. Get F over it already. So we've already used up our Leafs talk for the week, I think. But moving on, I mean, Predators and Avalanche dealt within the division here as well. McFarland going to Nashville, going to start that program up. Of course, we know the success he's had in Colorado, and some people might say that's due to Joe Sakic. I'd like to get your thoughts on that move, both from a Predators angle and an Avalanche angle, and will a guy like Jared Bednar be following him down there?
Well, what's interesting for me is I don't know how you guys feel about this. Was this a mutual like, hey, we're not going to fire you, but you can move on type of thing? Or did he choose to move on his own? Which is very interesting because, they won a Stanley Cup there. They put together a really good team in, a regular season team that dominated. Yes, they got swept by Vegas, but it just didn't look right. They looked like the Makar injury and then the McKinnon injury. As we know, we just talked about it, star players getting injured in the playoffs. You need health. And when your star players are not up to their speed, it exposes what's underneath that. And Colorado never got going against Vegas. And they probably said, we need a body on the tarmac. That's the way I look at it, is somebody's got to pay for this. I don't know if McFarland paid for it or if he decided to move on from what he's seeing. But at the end of the day, I think he's a fantastic GM. He's a great person. I know him. And he's very smart. So Nashville got a lot better, yesterday by adding him as a manager. And, you're right. Joe Sakic helped put together this organization, this team. So I think him to go back into the GM chair. They're not losing anything there because if anything, he's just more proactive on a daily basis.
They say in the release that Sakic will be the GM for the foreseeable future. Are they just buying themselves some time?
I think so, unless he wants to go back in the chair, unless the owner said, what the hell are you guys doing? Keep in mind, this is another thing that I'm sure that you've talked about in Edmonton. When you have a singular owner, you're answering to a guy that, he'll call you at 2:00 in the morning and say, what the hell did I just watch or whatever. Yeah. Now, we have no idea what the relationship is between ownership to the president to the general manager. But again, if you're ownership in Colorado and expecting to win a Stanley Cup and you get swept in that fashion, he probably said that change needs to happen. What went wrong here? Because I was looking at a guaranteed Stanley Cup and guaranteed gate and all of that type of stuff. And again, I use it's a bad term, but maybe somebody needed to pay for that, a body on the tarmac. So that was probably, the fallout for falling short of expectation.
And just parting thoughts. I mean, secret's out, but Manny Malhotra, it's official now, head coach in Vancouver. Ryan Johnson naming him that. I mean, they're moving forward in a rebuild. A sound appointment there by the Canucks.
Very, very sound. And it also speaks to, how an organization, when you develop people within, you give them opportunity and a pathway to get there instead of always looking at the outside. I look at Calgary. Craig Conroy got the opportunity, after working with Brad Treliving. RJ gets the opportunity now in Vancouver. It's nice because there's not this settling in period here. RJ was the GM and Manny was the coach in the minors. A lot of those guys we might see progress right into the National Hockey League. They know the organization. They know everybody in it. So I like the hiring. They're joined at the hip. I think the biggest and the multi-million-dollar question is, are they going to draft Manny's son with that third pick, which could be, I'd call it a spicy meatball because, if you look at it, a rookie coach coming in and his son is going to be the number 3 pick potentially. And, I'm good friends with Dave Lowry. Now, I coached with him in Calgary. I think he's a wonderful coach. And when he became the head coach of Winnipeg, it probably was a bit awkward to have his son as the captain. Now, a lot different because Adam was an established NHL player and the captain already, and Lowry got thrown in there. But it would be a little bit awkward just, as my colleague Jeff O'Neill pointed out, you're sitting at the back of the plane after a loss, and the players are kind of MFing the coach, and the coach's son is sitting right there. That's a little bit, sometimes that relationship might hurt that process a little bit. So that's probably something that has to be dealt with internally in Vancouver.
There is a bit of a self-positioning of the magnifying glass in that sense. That's kind of and you're right. It could be a spicy meatball. The degree of spice remains to be seen, but we appreciate your time, Noodles, this morning. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Jamie McLennan of TSN and TSN 1050. See, we won Leafs.
It's one too many.
I mean, they are also in this coaching search realm, and that's what the connection is to the Oilers. But BB says more like Maple Leafs West.
Yeah.
And get the F over it already. Like, get over it, Dave.
What part of what am I getting over?
Their coaching search, I guess. That directly has a name that was tied to the Oilers too. So I don't know. I just think it's
where it really garnered interest for me was the Laviolette mention.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I hadn't. I'm thinking, like a lot of people, that the Leafs will, given where they're at in their rebuild, retool, restructure, whatever, strip it all down, is that they would go to a younger coach.
Right, especially with the management team in there. I think that's probably the path. I don't know why they would.
So I was surprised to see both Patrick Waugh and Laviolette as names that have bubbled to the surface there.
Interesting that Noodles includes Waugh in that talk about an Oilers potential coach in that realm of guys that are hardened and can come in and win now. That's kind of interesting that he put him in there. So loves the takes. And again, no more Leafs talk, I promise, for the rest of the show, because it's not like it's...
How are we going to handle it should they ever... Won't happen in my lifetime if they were to win.
Well...
what if they were to be...
I think we just go dark. We wouldn't do the show. Like, I think we just kind of hiatus.
We thank you for listening.
Yeah, we'd have the...
Please
stand by.
Please stand
by. Put
by.
on a few best ofs.
We're buffering.
A sizzle reel.
Yes.
So thanks to Jamie McLennan, joins us for GS Construction this morning. They're looking for you if you need some work. Experienced topmen pipe layers and operators are in need. Go to gsconstruction.ca, click on careers to find out more. And he joins us as well in the Firehouse Subs hotline, 15 Firehouse Subs locations in and around Edmonton. Easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, and made to satisfy. Let's get to your Play Alberta early bird of the day. And of course, hour 2 of the Nielsen Show is for Game Sense. If you're laying a little wager tonight on the NBA Finals, win gambling, set a budget before you play, stay informed, visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your Game Sense. You go to playalberta.ca or download the app. You click on Sports at the top, EST Specials on the left-hand side. We do have an Elks start with a W. Edmonton Elks money line, that's boosted right now to plus 132. I don't mind that on the road against the Red Blacks, man. This is a new Red Blacks team. The Elks are a lot farther along in their evolution right now than the Ottawa Red Blacks. I'm not entirely
the Elks
sold.
have fewer questions, I believe, than the Red Blacks.
And one of which is Jake Mayer, man. I don't know, but that's an interesting, talk about a spicy meatball there. I mean, not saying Dinwiddie doesn't know what he's doing. He is a bit of a quarterback whisperer. So that'll be interesting to keep tabs on. Played him and thrown into the mix there, right?
Yes.
2007.
You bet.
Old Blue Eyes. But 130 plus 132, you can get that. It's boosted right now. Elks start with a W on the road Saturday in Ottawa. But going over to the NBA, of course, NBA Finals tip-off tonight from San Antonio. Spurs and Knicks. Spurs right now -5 on the spread. You can get the Knicks plus 157 on the money line. Trevor, is there a place that you would go tonight in terms of... now, I know you were riding a lot with the Cavs earlier on, or was it the Pistons? It was one of the two.
I think it was the Pistons.
Pistons, yeah, you were hot and heavy on the Pistons. You can get Karl Anthony Towns over under 16.5 points tonight. The over is -30. The under is -104. I mean, are you looking at a player prop tonight? Is there a particular player? You just want to go maybe Wemby or something along those lines?
That's a safe pick.
27.5 right
Brunson?
now.
Jalen.
Over under 27.5 for Wemby.
I take the over.
That's -110. So you can get that right now. 27.5 points for
The big
Wembanyama.
stage, guys.
-110.
Does he rise to the big stage?
I think he does.
Okay. I mean, everything he's done to
Showed
this
up for
point.
against the Thunder. I was very surprised by that. But I think, where did I hear it? It was on the Hangout yesterday, maybe. The Knicks did take the series. I think they swept the season series over the Spurs. So I know the postseason is different for sure. But I mean, Wemby, he's shown up. Like he rises to the occasion. I think that he stops the Knicks tonight on their 11-game heater. That's so impressive. So.
Yeah, they've been buzzsawing it through. Game 1 from San Antonio, Spurs Knicks. You did have, yes, it was the Spurs 134-132 on New Year's Eve. They defeated the Knicks down in San Antonio, and then March 1st, Knicks on home court 114-89 over the Spurs. So an old splitteroonie there.
So it just was okay.
Yeah, but highly entertaining.
Do you think
I mean,
that stuff matters?
Regular season.
Yeah,
well,
at
no, I
this
mean,
point, you're
I'm
right.
not going to go too in depth. I don't know who was available, or maybe somebody was. I mean, I'm not that far too into it, but yeah, a split on the season. Knicks demolishing them at home, but then a highly entertaining, highly scoring affair on New Year's Eve in San Antonio with the Spurs coming on top. So I don't know. I'm much like the Stanley Cup Final. I think this is great. Should be highly entertaining. I'm hoping this thing goes the distance. This is one of those where I think it could. You could see it. And again, great storylines from both teams.
And Adam Silver is going, thank God we've got a major market in the final.
Well,
there is nothing more well, LA bigger than the New York market, or
I think you're kind of on par there. I mean,
Okay.
depending on who you would. I mean, those are obviously the two big ones, but I think San Antonio with your stud boy in Wembanyama taking on the New York Knickerbockers, and as you mentioned earlier, the whole, prestige of that organization.
Of course.
Certainly spurs your interest, pun intended, even if you are a casual viewer of NBA, much like myself. I mean,
Go
this is something-
Chaparrals.
Yeah, it's better. Celtics, I guess, would be one as well.
Of
that
course.
get in there from the East that you would say, okay, but yeah, game 1 tonight. Tip off at 6:30, Spurs and Knicks. You can get on playalberta.ca. Do whatever you want, but again, we had the Wembanyama over-under, and I mean, go pick some Knicks players, cook up a little parlay for yourself, but remember, if you're splashing a little coin on tonight's affair, use your game sense. Set a budget before you play. Stay informed. GameSenseAB.ca. Learn how. And once again, ride with us on that EST special. Elks start with a W. Elks on the money line. That's boosted right now to plus 132. Elks in Ottawa Saturday at 5. Let's get to a sports update here with YouTube Trev. It is for the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he likes this NBA Finals series so much, he's ordered one of those special half and half jerseys, where it's half Knicks over the heart because he's truly an Knicks fan and Spurs on the other side. So go check out Mitch today in the park or parkmazda.ca if you're in need for a new vehicle. Mitch and the team will help you out. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, a quick traffic update from the always incredible Pauline Higgins, iHeart TuneIn Radio app, the source EdmontonSportsTalk.com, or on YouTube, the Nasty Chat and YouTube Trev's Trade of the Day, 70% saying yes. This is insane numbers. Right now for a YouTube Trev Trade of the Day, you can vote on
best
there.
ever. Yeah. Like there's never been this kind of support for your work.
This is a high watermark.
They love me today, baby.
Free advice coming up. If you have any advice you'd like to give to us, or if you'd like some from Dave Jameson, 780-218-9999 is the Paris Jewelers inbox. Trev's got the update. It is the Nielson Show. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielson, Lieutenant Eric. Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson, coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio.
Five 4 is is the score. Nikolai Ehlers struck first for Carolina, but Tomas Hertl called game with a late third period marker to secure a Game 1 win for the Golden Knights. The Hurricanes look to punch back in Game 2 tomorrow night at 6. Meanwhile, Columbus blue liner Zach Werenski takes home the Norris Trophy after a stellar 81-point campaign. In the front office, Nashville plucks Chris McFarland from Colorado to be their new president and GM. And there will be an all-star shakeup on deck for the next year. A brand new 5-team 3-on-3 international tournament with $2 million on the line. That is in the NHL, of course. The Blue Jays suffered a loss down in Atlanta last night, dropping a 4-3 nail-biter to the Braves. Toronto tries to salvage a split at 5:15 today with Patrick Corbin getting the start. We've got a doubleheader night for local sports fans. The Edmonton Riverhawks look to bounce back in Victoria against the Harbor Cats at 6:35 after dropping the opener 6-3. Over on the hardwood, the Stingers hit the road to battle the Brampton Honey Badgers at 5:30. You can catch the live coverage of both local squads right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Jalen Brunson and the Blazing Hot Knicks put their 11-game playoff win streak on the line against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs in a 1999 Finals rematch. Game 1 tips off at 6:30. And finally, Felix Auger-Aliassime is on the clay this morning at Roland Garros, battling Italy's Fabio Gaboli for a spot in the French Open semifinals. The Sports Update is brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Sawicki, your dealer for life.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, he wants to be formal, but he's also here to party too.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
How about them boys?
Zach Hyman moving in, wrister shoot, scores! Zach Hyman!
Is that a perm?
Yes. When I'm wearing leather, the Oilers are better.
Probably, the most important goal in my career today. We're not going to quit ever.
Even if there's a fire.
Go Oilers!
Winner, winner, Stuart Skinner.
Steps up.
When you want to f around, sometimes you got to find out.
Four of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas.
My juice.
Daddy, what are you doing to my mommy?
That's a good counter thrust.
7:36, hour 2 of the Nielson Show continues. A Nielson Show original song from back in the day, one of a playoff cup run. I can't even remember. It's just titled Remix May 10.
Every year is a playoff.
I
cup
know,
run,
Dave.
Eric.
I know. But Nielson Show originals are brought to you by Sportball. Should mention right now, still time to get your young one involved. Multi-sport programs. They introduce soccer, baseball, basketball, football, and more. They're focusing on fun first. No pressure. You just play, you learn. Sportball.com is where you can go, and you can use the code word EST15 and you'll get 15% off select classes right now. That's sportball.com. Take advantage of that great code, 15% off right now for EST15 at sportball.com. 780-218-9999. Burglar says, hashtag bring back the I'm Good playoff remix. Well, they got it there. Maybe I'll rerun it here sometime moving forward. You can't play two the same show. You can't play it again, can you? I mean, if the people want it, maybe.
Pardon me?
Re-rack it?
The Nielsen Show not overdoing a bit? Come on.
Sorry, Dave.
Yes.
I should.
You walked.
Where am I?
You walked into that fastball.
Sure did. Bam. Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's get to some free advice right now. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielson. Dusty's got the call Friday down in Calgary. Stamps and Bombers, CFL on TSN. YouTube Trev here as well. You heard him on the update. Keeping you locked and loaded on everything sports. Is that OJ Aliassime match underway here?
Couldn't tell you. No television here.
7:45 now.
Oh, okay.
What's up with that?
Just say later today.
Why is that a thing? Yeah, I've been saying this morning.
No, it's just later. Sometime
it was first 6:30.
Don't try to understand
and
tennis.
7.
Don't try.
I don't get it.
Let tennis understand you.
Yes.
Free advice right now, though, for Damon Bunting. You can check him out. If you're looking for advice on either buying or selling, Damon Bunting has been a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for almost 2 decades. He and his team at the agency would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Check him out at DamonBunting.com or Instagram, Damon Bunting Real Estate. If you have any advice that you need or you'd like to give us, I know a lot of people give YouTube Trev advice on the trade of the day. That's been an ongoing bit here. And he takes
Is that advice or criticism?
That's criticism.
No, we'll play it advice. We'll play it advice here.
Okay.
And you're right. We all need a little. It's good to hear different opinions. Hey, look at Gasoline in the Nasty Chat. Good morning, Nasties. I do believe that's Tom Gazolan.
Hey, Tom.
Tom, nice to see you.
Is that
Hope
his
you're doing well.
nom dynasty?
Gasoline.
Gasoline.
You get
Pour
it?
a little gasoline.
That's what they call him in the locker room. I want to thank Tom for filling in yesterday. I took a day off, which I know.
Well, you needed one.
I do have vacation time to use as well. But I had a hell of a time down at Commonwealth the other night. Canada 2-0 over Uzbekistan. Bit of a sloppy match. There were times, a lot of accounts overseas based in like Britain and stuff where they do take soccer quite seriously.
Really?
We're kind of screen grabbing a couple of plays and saying if this is the World Cup. But hey, we're new kids on the block. We're fun. We're young. We're having a good time. We're excited to be there.
Just
we're
trying to
hosting the
figure
damn
it out,
tournament.
Eric.
Exactly. Yeah.
Baby steps.
But Uzbekistan had a couple of great looks, and if they would have cashed on them, it could have been a different. But anyways, 2-0. You take it.
I said this on the show yesterday. One of the many things I enjoy about watching. I don't watch a lot of soccer. Not going to pretend that I do, but when I do, I appreciate how unvarnished the announcers are in their criticism. And it was Stephen Caldwell on the call, right? And Christian Jack?
Yeah.
Were they on the call?
Yeah, they're all part of it, yeah.
Yeah, but they were part of the broadcast, right? And they, at the half, referred to Canada as timid. Like, they don't pull punches. Yes, they praise where necessary. They praise where it's valid. But they also don't pull back a lot in their assessment, I find. And I'm guessing that's probably universal.
No, you can't. It is an international game, so there's no like hometown favoritism or any of that homerism there. But you have to call it what it is. And that night was tough because of the pitch and all of the rain falling and the injury issues that Canada has currently. You didn't want to kind of go out there, and I think Alphonso Davies, now it's confirmed he will miss the first match of the World Cup for Canada.
Well, he broke it on Sid Cicero's show.
Well, that's where news breaks in this country,
yes.
Dave. But yeah, it should be interesting. I do wonder. Again, I'm hoping, I'm thinking they get out of the group.
Okay.
Whether it's in the 1 spot or even the 3rd spot, they should. But it is a little interesting with all the injuries they faced and kind of getting things going. It was a sloppy affair. You can maybe blame the weather on parts of it, but it'd be nice if it was. They're going to be playing in some heat. This tournament's going to have a lot of more hot games than, you might find a few rain ones as well, but it'd be nice if the conditions kind of mirrored what you would see throughout the tournament on most nights, but whatever. We had a great time. Edmonton, of course, showed up. As always, from the Ice Teca to minus 30 temperatures to 10 degrees and rain soaked. I told you I had my jersey on over top of, I wore 2 raincoats. I wore a short sleeve. I wore a Play Alberta hoodie. I wore 2 raincoats and then the jersey. That's what get it. And I was just puffed. I was just
Puff Daddy.
And then the Uber I took down there, I didn't end up, I took an Uber. I cheated a bit.
Yeah.
But during that Uber and the guys driving the Uber, they're gas brake. And you're kind of, and it's hot in there and I was sweating and I almost puked. And I didn't even have anything to drink because you're so hot. And then it's just
Well, that's when you have to yell out for the AC.
Just stop a bit, man.
No, you say, hey, can you bust out some AC?
Terrible. That's why I prefer walking, because you're controlling your own. But no, I had a good time.
Good.
Maddie, Hernan, we're all down there. And
So is Edmonton a soccer town or a big event town? You tell me. I'll wait.
I guess if I'm giving advice, the next time something like this happens, get out because you will have a good time. We were sitting with the Voyagers. I mean, it was the singing, the chanting. Didn't sit down. Why would you sit down when your seat's soaked? We stood up the whole time. Jasmine even came down from her loge seating to talk with the plebs a bit at around the 80th minute mark. She came down there and said, "How's everybody doing?" Dry as a bone because she was up in this, higher up, better,
Sure.
You have a foot bath. You have, people waiting on you hand and foot. Would you like a fireball shot, ma'am? That type of thing. So it was nice to see her as well.
Waving.
Fronds,
yes.
But advice, I'd like your advice, Dave, quickly.
Sure.
And we'll be joined by legal analyst Eric McLennan. You let me know, Trev, if he, when he dials in here.
Of course.
We'll be joined by him for Park Mazda coming up. If you have any McLennan intros, not too late to get him in.
Never. I'm running the show.
No, absolutely. We've still got a good collection of them. Probably your path for text today, so we'll read them aloud to Mac Ramallo when he joins us. But I'm looking for advice, Dave. I will be selecting 4th overall in tonight's Dunia draft. Of course, the Birmingham Barracudas champion from last year in the Dunia. So I will be selecting 4th overall tonight. Now,
can I give you a tip?
Well, I'm just saying, Nathan Rourke's going to go 1st overall. Should. I mean, I don't know. You never know with McCord drafting. It could be...
Yeah, there's a rich history there of going
Doug
off
Flutie.
the board.
Yeah. So Rourke's one, okay?
Yeah.
Number 2, and I can't remember if that's Matty or Lucas drafting, but just going over the top 50, Bo Levi Mitchell was number 2 in the top 50. Maybe you don't go quarterback there. Maybe you go Kenny Lawler. You probably go Brady Oliveira because he can have that. He's a ratio buster. You can start him in your Canadian.
Yeah.
So Rourke at 1. I'll say for the purpose of this, Oliveira at 2. And then one of Lawler or Hatcher goes 3.
I'd go...
Who am I selecting 4th? Rourke's off the board, Oliveira's off the board, and one of Lawler or Hatcher. Do I just go with the one remaining receiver?
Yes, one of those two.
Or would I go with Bo?
No, I'd go with one
Receiver.
of the two receivers.
Okay, yeah. See, and I like it because I've had Keon Hatcher in a lot of my rosters over the years. I'm very familiar with the player. I have a direct line.
See how scientific that was? Because I'm data-based. Yeah.
Based data.
Yes, I am based data. Big daddy data.
Data daddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I could see Keon Hatcher probably again rejoining the Birmingham Barracuda for another season, and I wouldn't be terribly disappointed in that. I do believe I did trade some picks last year because I was in it to win it. I had to acquire Diedrich Mills out of Calgary, so I did get rid of some picks. So I don't think I pick again till the 3rd round. So I'm going to be.
Oh boy. You're like the Oilers.
Well, I'll be building a lot.
Picking later.
There's not much left in the pantry for me. I will be building off the back end of this draft.
Are you in a win now mode?
Well, I think in the Junior, it's always win now.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't, but certainly it'll be tougher. As I did mention, I sold the farm last year to get that chip. So I will be left a little bare early on in this draft tonight. But yeah, I like your Hatcher, but Hatcher over Lawler.
I'd go that way.
Yeah.
The pressure of $1 million. The pressure of $1 million. It's a weight too heavy, Eric.
He's got the bags.
Well,
and then we always talk about that.
Daddy's got
right?
the bag.
You want to get them in their contract year, not after they've been paid. Thank you very much, Data Daddy, there for your advice there. Trevor, are you looking for a little advice? Is there anything?
No, but I have some advice.
Please.
Oh, but I'm all ears. All ear.
Yeah, so they're not really a sponsor, so I can say this, but I get coffee at Tim's every morning. And the other day, it's my favorite summer drink. It's been my favorite summer drink for a decade. I love this. It's
coffee.
No. It's called the frozen lemonade.
Okay. Yes. Heard
and
of it.
It's
Not
unreal. I love this. Grandma and I.
So since you were 16,
yeah,
you were throwing these down.
Absolutely. I know. Grandma and I, we would always go Timmy's and we'd go for a walk and we'd get one and then we'd walk back home. Just the best. It's so perfect on a nice hot summer day.
Takes you back to your childhood.
Yeah, you can get the original lemonade or you can get the raspberry. So my advice is they changed it. So it's not worth getting anymore. It sucks. They completely ruined it. They put some like whipped cream on this now. I ordered it.
Cream treat.
I had a sip and I was just... it was one of the grossest drinks I've ever had in my entire life. I don't know why they would change it up. So my advice to you is if you like frozen lemonades, they changed it. They're not nearly as good. They're not.
Now you
good
know
anymore.
though. You could say hold the cream.
Yeah, that no, but
it's not. It's still
not
the
even,
recipes.
Yeah, like the
So
actual lemonade
the
is
DNA.
different, and then they felt like adding just the most lemonade or whipped cream ever. It's really gross. It really is.
What about the taste? Is it like too tart now or too sweet? Or
too sweet? Way too sweet.
Too much sugar.
And it was sweet before, but this is a different gross. I don't know. And try it, but you won't
Did
like
you
it.
go back and ask to speak to the manager?
No, I had a sip and I threw it out. I always feel bad throwing out a full drink in the garbage because I'm like,
well, Trev, how do they get better if you don't speak up?
That's the thing. I very seldom speak up.
Well, okay, now you might want to start.
Will it matter though? Will they actually be like, oh, this young kid?
Well, you start a campaign.
But if there's enough YouTube Trevors, and thank God there's not, more of them who are out there, and you go,
there's one on one.
Hey, this isn't very good.
Yeah,
they get feedback.
Yeah, maybe I will.
You should tweet out #hold the cream.
Okay.
#hold the sugar. Hashtag or
dial
something.
back the tart,
and then tweet at them.
Yeah. Maybe I can start
with.
That's how you get things done on the social media. Yeah.
Okay.
Here I am telling you how to engage with the brand.
That's good advice. You're giving this is the advice.
Yes.
It's a back and forth advice here.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's my advice. I actually have another.
It's like a tennis match
advice.
that I can't watch.
Yeah, go on.
I'll save it for next week.
No,
please now.
Okay. I don't know
why.
why.
Guest ready to go?
Yeah. See, that's why.
Okay. Well, no, quickly. I mean, he'll.
Okay, I don't know why. I've been keeping track of this for almost over. Well, I would say over a year now. Okay. Whenever I get gas, always get it Thursday night because I swear Friday morning. I don't know. I'm telling you, you start looking at this. You'll notice this. Friday morning, they'll up the gas prices. So that's my advice to you.
People travel on the weekends.
Thursday night, fill up your tank. That's my advice.
And you know why they do that, right?
It makes sense now.
Yes. People drive on the weekend and in the summer, long weekends. And,
little advice for you boys, that Shell down the street too.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They're cutting side deals.
Well, there's a bit of it's always very busy.
Whatever you can pay, Mr. Holt.
Yes. A lot of IOUs being dished out there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, joined by our next guest here, it's legal analyst Eric Macramala. He's brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who just siphons his gas. Park Mazda, your dealer for life. EST legal analyst, a guy whose side hustle is rating the accuracy of orgy scenes in movies on YouTube, Eric Macramala. EST legal analyst, a guy that thinks sump pumps are a waste of money when you can just siphon out the water with a garden hose and a breath mint, much like the siphoning there, Eric Macramala. An EST legal analyst, a guy who has Dustin Nielson tied up and gagged in his basement until Matthew Iwanek finally agrees to his ransom request of 24 homemade bagels, Eric Macramala. He joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Great morning to you, Eric. How are things out in the... I just wanted to give you a chance, too, because we only get you once a week. A final recap, a dismount on your Montreal Canadiens in the season it was.
A dismount.
Yes, clean dismount.
Thank you, Mary Lou Retton. Old Mary Lou, not the new one who's clearly struggling. It's interesting, isn't it? When you go to the Olympics, you put all that time into it. Mm-hmm. You dedicate your life, tremendous commitment to excellence.
Yes.
The country loves you. Mm-hmm. But it is so difficult to monetize. Ryan Lochte is making $34 an hour coaching swimming. And it has resulted in the end of his marriage because he had to leave the state where his daughter and his wife are. It's really interesting. The other thing that's interesting is that while they have all that success, like anybody else, some people struggle. And it just kind of reminds me at least that this pursuit of happiness, whether you're happy or content, doesn't seem predicated on external factors. It seems very much contingent on you and your biochemical makeup. I haven't answered your question. I thought that was interesting.
I really like where this is going. Yeah.
As far as my dismount on the Habs, the Jeff Gordon was right. The Hurricanes dominated the Montreal Canadiens in every facet of the game, and I don't think that it was necessarily close. This is an instance where the eye test, I think, really confirmed what we saw. There was just relentless forechecking, tremendous puck retrieval, shot volume, nonstop offensive zone pressure. Montreal was more of a skill and transition team. And the Hurricanes killed the Canadiens' rush game. And as a result, the Canadiens struggled with zone exits. They spent entire shifts defending in their own zone, and they were getting buried in possession and shot attempts. Carolina manifested a serious level of territorial dominance over the Canadians. It was overwhelming. And the reason the Canadians had no answer is because they were not built to answer. The roster is not constructed to answer to that type of aggressive forecheck. I did tell my boys, I said, look, I don't know if the NCAA coach years ago that had his players do full court presses, he had them in tremendous shape, which is Huggins, I think. I said, my sense is the Hurricanes are in really good shape because you cannot execute like they have, rolling all four lines with tremendous offensive pressure. Like F1 and F2 are down low. It's just, and then it's relentless. It's layers, and it's a layered forecheck. Taylor Hall just said yesterday that when he was traded from the Hawks to the Hurricanes, he was out of shape by Carolina standard. We know that Brendan Moore is a big workout guy. Right. And so he had to get into Hurricane shape. So that confirmed what I had suspected all along, not that I'm splitting the atom because it's, it's hockey. We all understand it, is that they're just in better shape. They were bigger, stronger, and faster, and their decor was able to adapt. If you watched the game yesterday with the Knights, as a Habs fan, I was looking through the lens of the third round to see, okay, what are the Knights doing differently? And they were able to maintain pressure down low because of their size and their speed. And Marner is, as gifted as it can be. What is interesting about Marner is that you look at the Moneyball model, and when the Oakland A's lost Giambi, we've all seen Moneyball, right? And so the general manager of the Athletics is Brad Pitt, and they look to replace Giambi in the aggregate. Let's get an OBP of 410, 420, an OPS of whatever, RBIs, home runs. You can do that in baseball because it's an individual sport on a team. You can't do that in hockey. The Leafs could not replace Marner in the aggregate. That was the biggest mistake. Look at Austin Matthews. When certain players leave, all the other players get worse. There are very few of those players. They're a select few. Mm-hmm. Mitch Marner is one of those players, makes everybody better. It's not a coincidence he's on the ice for the last shift on the Four Nations and feeds it to your boy for the game-winning goal. It's not a coincidence he's on the ice at the end of the Olympic gold medal game. Marner is a uniquely talented player, singular in his skill set. And the Knights are enjoying it. I'll throw this back to you guys. I don't know if I've answered your question, but how many teams have been able to identify their top players as being from other teams? In the Cap world, that doesn't happen. McDavid's and Crosby's stay with their teams at least through the first couple of contracts, if not 3 contracts. Eichel and Marner, and even Stone, they're all from different teams. Those are the 3 best players. I find that fascinating that Vegas been able to pull that off. They are ruthless.
It's Vegas. That's the whole.
So can their model, Eric, be replicated by somebody? I don't have a team in front of me that could follow that pathway, or is it so unique to them that you just say that's the outlier and we're still going to build and do the more traditional pathway?
It's such an interesting question, and I'm glad you raised it, because Vegas can do this because they have a certain personality type. When I interviewed Foley, the owner of Vegas, before they had their first game, I remember I was in Montreal in a hotel. He came on offside for the entire hour. Before I hopped on, I think this will just be like any other expansion team. They're going to suck and suck forever. Mm-hmm. After the interview was done, I said I was on TSN 690 that within about 15 minutes, I pre-taped the interview, then I was on live, and I said, this team's going to win because leadership is top down, and Foley is an absolute beast of a man. He is all about winning and understands what success looks like. So they have that as part of their organizational DNA. Foley's part of that. It's an overall personality type, and I don't think they're guilty of what most franchises are guilty of, and that is falling in love with their own players. You overvalue your own players, and it's you when you're making a trade, you lament losing a player rather than focusing on what you're gaining and whether that just makes your roster better. That's what the Knights are able to do, the latter rather than the former.
Eric, we saw Gary Bettman enjoying a couple of soda pops with Bill Belichick last night during Game 1. He had his State of the League, State of the whatever.
Getting dating advice. Yeah, he was getting dating advice.
I mean, you can add in the words there, whatever they were saying. He was quoted as saying, "Reports of my demise or retirement are greatly exaggerated." I don't know if you had to do demise in there or anything, but what were you pulling away from some of the things he said, whether it's being expansion or otherwise?
First, where is Dustin? I actually enjoy both of you, so I think that he should never come back.
Anyways, to go over, because you've been on with us a couple of times here, he had he was doing the Memorial Cup, so that was 1 week. He's now on He's on a buddy's golf trip down in southern BC, Alberta, whatever. It's a yearly event with him and his friends. The same golf trip he was on when we actually got
when we all got laid off.
12:60,
and
he got the call.
Took the phone call, the Zoom call, while he was sitting in the golf cart saying, "Hey, the job you left a couple of days ago,
hole 14,
it's not here when you get back."
And
it is no longer
on TSN on Friday. So
which Dustin was happy with when it was over, I'm sure.
Oh no, yeah, it was a relief. I mean,
he was ready to be a Maverick.
Yeah, so he will.
Okay, and now, so now he's on a golf trip.
Now he's on a golf trip, and then he does CFL and TSN Friday in Calgary, Stamps and Bombers, and he'll be returning next week. You'll probably get a dose of him on next Wednesday. To be honest,
I'd rather stick with this. So tell him that he's not welcome to come back. I picture him. He's a very tall man. I picture him golfing with little tiny people. From like the Wizard of Oz.
Everybody is.
That would be amazing. I'm dominating you guys, but we're children.
Yes.
We're children. Sorry, what was your question? I apologize, Lieutenant Eric. I'm not handling this interview very well. It's very low energy, Jeb Bushian of me.
Well, everybody's liking your shirt as well in the nasty chat. Very, I don't know if psychedelic is the proper term, but
floral.
Yeah,
floral. It's floral. It's floral. Yeah, it's floral.
Is this for work purposes or just a casual?
I'm at work now. I don't really have. Can you still hear me? I'm very far from my microphone.
No, I like this. It's a good shot.
No, it's great. It's very much. No, I just today I don't have to meet with anybody, be it virtually or face to face, any meetings, and it's a beautiful day here, and I just didn't see a need to dress up. So this is how I'm dressed for today. I hope it's okay with you guys.
No, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But Gary Bettman, what were your thoughts?
Sure, a little bit of a chest hair, a little chest hair. Yeah, I got chest hair. Someone asked me the other day, baseball, do you dye your hair? And I'm like, I eat out of the garbage like George Costanza. The odds are, and Emily was laughing when she heard that, laughing her butt off. She's like, he's so lazy. He would never dye anything. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Gary Bettman.
I apologize. Oh, yeah. I heard he's dead.
Well,
demise.
Reports of his demise are greatly exaggerated, so apparently not.
Yes. He's 74. Yeah, he's 70. Actually, on my show that doesn't air on your Maverick network because of me, well, also because, it airs on a different company's platform. I ended up just sort of ad hoc talking about Bettman's legacy because I thought it was, I don't know how it came up because I talked to myself for an hour, but he's been a really good commissioner, and he is extremely proud man, and someone that wants to hang on to this job, I think, as best he can for as long as he can. The successor seems logical. It's former Scadanarps labor lawyer Bill Daly, who was one of my first guests on Offside, and he asked to get off because he was on too long, which was totally fine. That's like 15 years ago. But eventually he'll have to go. But the owners must love him because of the media deal that he brokered. The players had better love him because they get a 50-50 split of hockey-related revenue, which includes the media deals, which he has brokered. And we've gone a long way from the games airing on Versus, the travel network, where Versus had it for free and they split ad revenue, which is similar to your model, going that to be able to watch the games in Turks and Caicos when I was there on TV without any issues. So I was just more interested in the discussion he was having with Belichick. I want to know if he was getting dating advice. I want to know what was going on because really, anybody who expresses outrage at Belichick's relationship, it's fake outrage. It's full outrage. If I see him, the first thing he gets from me is a high five. Well done, my man.
And a chest
well
bump.
Done. But you can't say that nowadays. You can't say that a man and woman should be together in that way, given the age difference. Because I'm objectifying both Bill and I forget her name. What was her name?
Jordan Hudson.
Jordan.
It's not Jordan? Okay, it's Jordan.
Yeah.
What's your last name again?
I think
is it
it's
like
Hudson.
a very common last name?
I believe it's Hudson.
Oh, Hudson, right. Not Jennifer Hudson. That would be weird if they were dating.
Well,
because she'd always be singing on the sidelines. Can I sing the anthem again? Can I sing the anthem? Jennifer, it's enough. It's enough. I think we're tired. She's very talented, though. She's won the EGOT, right?
No debate there. No.
She's won the Emmy and the Grammy and the Tony and the Oscar. All from finishing third on American Idol.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like to get off your chest?
I feel like I haven't been
30 seconds
as cooperative as I had hoped to be in this segment, but I was just so pleased to see the both of you. I enjoy your chemistry. And so I think it's time for a change. I'm looking forward to it. I think the three of you, when Dustin comes back, should be at that desk together. What do you guys think?
Well, I will table a motion to get offside on the air here.
Salary cap will have to grow around
offside. No, I don't think I can get offside on your network. But really, let's be honest. Who's going to want to listen to it? Please.
We can bury it during the morning hours. Will Fraser does your show 3 a.m. to 5. It's more of like an extraterrestrial thing. You can phone in. Yeah, Will comes in.
Does Will talk about how his name only has one L and it's really, really weird?
Yeah.
Right? Because you can will your way to two L's. Totally, right?
Yeah. Will's a unique.
Do you remember that when I broke out that joke like 12 years ago? Something I created a fake Twitter account, Will with one L. That's what it was called. Will was still there. Will with one L. It was amazing. It was amazing. But thank you both for your time. And I love you guys more than names that have two L's that should have two L's. We'll chat soon.
Go Habs.
There you go. Go Habs. That's legal analyst. You know you love him, Eric Macramella. He's brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazzini. He joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. I wouldn't mind getting his. I like his program. He's a very educated man. He does what he does. I mean, this is all kind of a glitz and glamour segment, but I think we could bury it. We have a lot of programming. We carry the Stingers, Riverhawks,
which
nightly on EST. But you could probably put that program 2 a.m. Like, just kind of.
Like Art Bell.
Nobody exactly.
Drop it in overnight.
But that's what I'm saying. Nobody kind of knows.
Smart guy talking about big issue things overnight.
And it's a block that I think EST can kind of, with
Bring
that show.
Up in the next programming meeting.
You know what? I'm going to write that down right now. Offside legal analyst Eric McLennan. May we?
Yes.
Is it possible? Let's get to we got that's hour 2. It's brought to you by Game Sense. That's over with. We're gonna need someone to play kind of easy trivia. That's coming up next. If you want to go to Mr. Mike's, $25 on the line to Mr. Mike's. Text Trev. Say Trev, I want to play trivia. 780-218-9999. You can text in and Trev will pick a lucky texter, and you'll be playing trivia coming up next. 3 questions too many on the way as well. Always time to flex in a few more. If you've got any specifically for Dave, get them in as well. 780-218-9999. We have a weekly rankings of power coming up in hour 3 for the Ranch Golf and Country Club. TSN's Ryan Rishaug from the Got Your Back pod. We'll be discussing everything hockey with him. And the wrap for William Huff, all still to come. In hour number 3, we've got a sports update right now with YouTube Trev. It's brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. 95.7 Cruise FM. You get a traffic update here from the wonderful Pauline Higgins, and we'll be back. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielson, Lieutenant Eric. It is the Nielson Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson, coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio.
Nikolai Ehlers got the party started, but Tomas Hertl shut it down, delivering the game winner late in the third period, capping off a 5-4 track meet against the Hurricanes. Carolina won't have long to stew on it. Game 2 goes tomorrow night in Raleigh at 6 o'clock. Columbus star Zach Werenski officially took home the Norris Trophy as the NHL's top defenseman. He finished the season with 81 points in 75 games played. In the front office, the Predators hired Colorado's Chris McFarland as their new president and GM. And get ready for a major all-star shakeup. The NHL announced a brand new 5-team 3-on-3 international tournament for next year's showcase with a cool $2 million prize on the line. The Blue Jays suffered a loss down in Atlanta last night, dropping a 4-3 nail-biter to the Braves. Toronto tries to salvage a split at 5:15 today with Patrick Corbin getting the start, and the Riverhawks are in Victoria taking on the Harbour Cats for a 3-game set. They dropped the first one 6-3, but game 2 is tonight. First pitch at 6:35, and the Edmonton Stingers are also in action tonight in Brampton taking on the Honey Badgers. Tip-off at 5:30. You can catch the live coverage of both local squads tonight right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, and it's a 1999 throwback rematch as Jalen Brunson and the red-hot New York Knicks put their 11-game playoff winning streak on the line against Victor Wembanyama. And the San Antonio Spurs, Game 1 of the NBA Finals, tips off at 6:30 tonight. And at the French Open, Felix Auger-Aliassime's quarterfinal matchup is set to take place this morning, sometime this morning, against Italy's Fabio Caboli. The Sports Update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in or tune in, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind. 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Dusty and Eric and all of the bad cats. Like Rishaug and Noodles, Gadget and Gauge it. Go to Play Alberta and make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday mandate. Shaggy's always on time, Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number 1 in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We wanna hear some hot takes and we wanna hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I wanna kiss away? Beat up the tire fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about what's his name? Macramella, Rappaport, Dragger, Engineer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin and the tales of the North. All the fucking game and present. Does he go on? What say you? AM Nasty Crew. We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it, Dave. What Say You remix. That is a Nielson Show original. Of course, all original show songs here for Sportball. Yeah, you can check them out, sportball.com. Get your young one involved. They focus on fun first, no pressure. Use the code EST15 and you'll get 15% off select classes now. Once again, go to sportball.com. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielson. He's on his golf trip. He's then got the CFL on TSN Friday night down in Calgary, Stamps, and Bombers, part of Week 1 in the Canadian Football League. Lieutenant Eric YouTube Trevor with you here as well, coming live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Check them out today for some great chicken and or other things on the menu. Best sides in town, and of course, they had that flounder sandwich for a limited time, and I'd really enjoy if they brought that back. It was a hell of a fish sandwich. I
love a good.
You can have your filet-os and everything else, but the flounder sandwich at Popeyes,
flounder,
top drawer.
Let me know when it's back.
I will. Yeah,
Please
I've been haranguing their social accounts as well to kind of get that back, because in the States they have a lot of that Cajun. I mean, it's all kind of they got the shrimp already. Why not just have the fish sandwich? What's the big problem?
Yeah, come on.
780-218-9999 is the Paris Jewelers inbox. I know a lot of people want to play trivia. Trevor will wrangle up one of you here shortly. You'll be playing for $25 to Mr. Mike's and unlocking a Club Eat Loop remix from the vault as well. Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Check them out today for all your AC, heat pump, furnace needs. Go to wjsportstalk.com today and book an estimate with them in terms of getting something new or something looked at and repaired and or replaced. EST, of course, proud presenting sponsor, Play Alberta. I know Maddie will have more on that coming up on the Hangout today, 9 to 11. We've got the Lock Shop coming up as well, brought to you by Play Alberta. That's 11 to noon. It is Wednesday, so time for another oil stream with Tom Gazzola. That goes noon to 1. EST afternoons, Herdan Salas and Joaquin Gage, 1 to 3. And then the Reed Wilkins Show alongside Jason Milne and Zach. That goes 3 to 6. 6 o'clock tonight on Edmonton Sports Talk. We will join in progress the Stingers on the road. They're taking on the 5-1 Brampton Honey Badgers as the Stingers look to improve to 500. So we'll join that game in progress at 6 tonight, right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Welcome back to everybody listening on 95.7 Cruise FM. Tell your friends, Nielson Show.
We're on the radio.
We're back on the radio, but this time on the FM dial. Which is,
frequency modulation.
Frequency modulation, crystal clear, baby, without a drop. We'll have 3 questions, too many coming up. Weekly rankings of Power, Ryan Rishaug, and the rap for William Huff, all still to come in hour number 3. But we've got somebody in line for trivia today. Trev, who do we got? Who's playing?
Nathan is playing today.
Who dat? Nathan.
Big Nathan?
What's up, Nathan? No. I don't think
Okay. Nathan, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Yourself?
That's good. Oh, pretty good. Thanks for asking. Have you played trivia before?
First time.
Love it. So you need 3 out of 5. That'll secure you the Mr. Mike's gift card. Of course, Mr. Mike's Eat Locally, Enjoy Casually, $25 on the line. We'll start the ticker after Dave reads the first question. Good luck.
Did Vegas win Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final?
Yes.
Is Thomas Hertel a Golden Knight or Hurricane?
Golden Knight.
Have the Oilers hired a new coach yet?
Nope.
Do the Elks open their season Saturday in Ottawa?
Yes.
Name one team in the NBA Final.
San Antonio Spurs.
That's 2 thus far, shooters.
Durant hit a 3!
Well, it looks like we've got a mistrial.
Oh, hello. 4 home runs tonight for Scooter Jeanette.
Cutting it in for Ronaldo! Second goal for him! Third for Real Madrid!
These goalies, their flexibility always amazes me.
And on the plus side, we've also got a hung jury.
And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
Hit it!
Big Alan Jackson concert.
And I'm hanging with Wayne Gretzky.
Don't smoke. We just finished a game about a minute and a half ago. Don't smoke.
Get going, ball. Get out. Get out.
The bingo game is ready to roll.
Don't smoke.
Get out.
My pillow.
Get out.
And Mario Lemieux.
Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee.
Unbelievable!
Hotter than a hoochie coochie.
Get out.
You smoking is bad for your health, and it isn't grown up at all.
Get out. Get out.
Oh, you can count. Good for you.
Whatever was going on your show was so bad, my mom phoned me to warn me twice.
Chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream.
Oh, God, stop it.
All she had to do was just give me that wing.
Pull it down. I can't listen anymore.
A Club Beat Loop remix from the vault, unlocked by Nathan this morning. A dazzling 5 out of 5 for a first-timer as well. Didn't pause, unblemished.
No.
He knew what was going on. And
confident throughout.
You did take him around the block.
Well, isn't that what we're supposed to do, or is it just Oilers?
No, but in the spirit of kind of easy, I think you hit it. You had a good diet of sport in there, but it was kind of easy. So
yeah,
good on the question asking.
Tap in putt.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get to 3 questions too many right now for the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who could have used a little more rain. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Just a touch more.
Loves it wet, our Mitch. Hey, it's a good buying car. You come in, you sit in the cozy, warm confines of the dealership, and you talk shop with Mitch.
And if you head out to the lot, he always has an umbrella.
A Park Mazda branded umbrella. Yeah, you can. So there's that and everything. So check out Mitch Lewicki and the team down at Park Mazda. ParkMazda.ca if you're in the market for a brand new snappy Mazda vehicle. Social medias. Dave, where can people follow you?
Jameson on the X.
On X. Now, have you been busy tweeting? Have you been out there? You probably had a long...
Just identifying old goaltenders.
You weren't commenting on Gary Bettman's state of the league?
No.
Oh.
We haven't even talked about the All-Star format. I can't believe we've skipped over that.
Well, YouTube, Trev mentioned it briefly. Maybe we'll have that more in 3 questions coming up here. Maybe I don't want to give anything away here. Nope. But, and Trevor, where can people follow you on the socials here? All of the platforms, please.
You can do so at YouTube_Trev on Instagram and on Twitter. And if you want to check out my YouTube channel, you can do that above average. Subscribe now, baby. It's free.
I've never asked you this, but what does the above average apply? Does it speak to you or the content, or how did you arrive at that name? I'm genuinely fascinated.
It's kind of cringe looking back at it.
Oh, never.
But yeah, like the dream. Like every kid has a dream.
In Pincher Creek, yes.
Oh, yeah. And so the dream was to one day hopefully get, LeBron James on the channel. Like respected athletes, one of the, the best athletes in their sports, and challenge them, because I've always thought I was an above average athlete. So that's why I cringe. I know. I can just see, I just know the nasties are going to come at me.
Joe's versus pros.
Yeah. And I just, one day I'll have McDavid on the channel and I'll just challenge him and
to skate
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Djokovic, all the athletes, Floyd Mayweather. Go to town with him. So that's what it was. I was like, what could an above average athlete do with competing against those guys?
I think that's fair, Eric.
Yeah, safe to say you've reached that. I think we're now, we are firmly, like it's not the dream has turned into a reality.
Absolutely.
I think that's fair to say. So you can follow the boys here. Follow us as well, Edmonton Sports Talk on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Edmonton Sports Talk, and on the X at Yag Sports
Still
Talk.
there.
Yes. Question number 1. Myles Garrett dealt to the Rams. Does this make them your choice to win the Super Bowl?
I'm told it does. I'm always skeptical.
And now Aaron Donald is flirting with a comeback, hey?
So Les Snead is the general manager of the LA Rams.
Okay. And
he don't care about the future. He's not a slow build, nor should it be. LA hosting? Where's the Super Bowl?
That's just it.
Okay.
It's all, the stars are aligning.
Chips. There you go.
Yeah.
And this isn't that long after the Browns GM said he could not foresee, Myles Garrett would be a Brown for life. I don't know if that even is that a thing.
He did have
a Brown for life.
He did have the written goodbye and everything at one point, and then it wasn't, and then
yes.
But yeah, Aaron Donald right now, and I quote, "I'm for sure flirting with the idea of coming out of retirement to play for the Rams again." Garrett, Donald, I mean that would be scary. They are what they are, and you're right, they are built to win now. Super Bowl and all those things kind of aligning there. So, I mean, I guess they would be it certainly won't be the Bills.
Stafford could be fueled by the fact that they used their top pick to get a quarterback.
That type of thing. Like
does he play angry?
Yeah. So where are you, Trevor? Savage the Plumber? I know, big Rams guy out there. I know a lot of you big Rams fans, but that's got to get you... that's got to tickle your jollies there a bit.
New uniforms and good ones.
Sure, yeah. I mean, you got to look good, feel good, play good, right, Dave?
Exactly.
Yeah. Question number 2, it is National Egg Day. How do you like your eggs?
Always. It's my go-to food. Has to be. I am getting more accomplished at omelets. I do a nice mushroom, green onion, a little bit of cheese, omelet.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over easy.
Over easy is great. You can have the toast dipping now, depending on how hard you like your yolks. I mean, runny maybe. Hey, you can get the toast in there and everything. I'd take an over easy over a sunny side up. I'm not exactly always convinced on the cooking process of a sunny side up egg. I'd like it to be
a little skeptical?
I am kind of sometimes if that's a little loose in there, but I'd like it kind of on the more well done side. I'm going hard boiled. I love a hard boiled egg. You can put one in your pocket for a snack later. You can just take it around with you. And then, Dave, I'll tell you this: you chew on a hard-boiled egg, you put a little mayonnaise in there, and you call it a mayon-egg.
Oh, I get it.
You mix it around in the mouth. Yeah, it's a delicious treat.
Nice.
Trev, how do you like your eggs? Is it are you a Benedict?
That is probably my favorite. Yes, eggs Benedict, baby.
Okay.
But however, like for me personally, to make because I can't really make that great of a eggs Benedict. Probably over easy. That's like my go-to snack whenever I'm hungry. Just a little hungry. It's perfect for me.
It gets you where you need to go.
Learn how to cook, like if culinary basics. You should be able to handle eggs, right? Because you'll always have a meal.
Yeah,
yeah.
But shout out to deviled eggs as well.
The deviled, yeah.
Oh, so good.
So what do you? Because you can take that in a variety of ways. What are you doing? Putting a little spice in there? Or are you just kind of keeping it pretty plain Jane?
Pretty plain, man.
Yeah.
However Grandma does it, that's how I like it. What's the spice on there? Paprika?
You can do a little paprika, a little cayenne, maybe, I guess, if you will.
Oh, that's so good.
Turmeric. Let's get into a spice game.
Turmeric.
We should do turmeric.
Spice draft.
Why not?
I'd
love to see Dustin tackle a spice draft.
Yeah. Salt.
Chicken fingers.
Taking pepper at the 2.
Yeah.
Well, I'm up for a spice draft. I'd really...
That would be
good.
good.
Have Gage in there as well. He knows his way around a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 3. June 3rd is globally celebrated as World Bicycle Day. Now, that's a tense subject when we talk about bicycles.
15-minute city?
Dave.
Okay. No politics, Dave. Again.
What's your, I guess, in terms of bicycle in that? I mean, do you ride now? Or you one of the
periodically?
electric
I rode.
Do you get on the...
When I lived in Vancouver for many years, I rode everywhere.
Favorite bike you've ever owned? Do you remember back in the day? I mean, did you have like a...
Yes. Yeah. Banana seat, metallic green. I got the high handlebars for popping wheelies.
Sure.
And hang on, not done yet with that bike. Got the long, someone's going to remember what the term is for the bar that would go behind you.
Kind of seat?
I had a gold diamond headrest.
You were straight
gold.
Pimping.
As you would.
This is
in the 70s.
Yeah.
Early 70s
with your
in
chucks
Vancouver.
On and everything, eh?
Everyone was pimping.
I like the idea of this. This is a good picture you painted here.
Yes.
So you were kind of, going around. A lot of bling. Trev, do you have a lot of mountain biking, I'm sure, back in the day, hey?
Yeah, man. That's one thing I'm saving up for is a bike. I really want to explore the River Valley. I've done a lot of walking, some running in the River Valley, but a bike takes me so much more.
Remember Maddie got a bike? And then it got
He
stolen.
did,
It was
yeah.
we were back at TSN, remember? With our friends, Kelly Hodgson.
Yeah. He had a flirtation with a bike for about 2 weeks.
And then it got stolen.
Yeah, and then that was it.
From the storage unit.
Yeah, he never...
He said, that's it, I'm out.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful bike.
Yeah. That was too bad for him.
Yes.
I was excited to get him on the bike. I was like, Maddie, you and I like to bike. And I said, we could go out for a bike. And he said, that sounds great. And then bing, bang, boom, it was
all
pilfered.
Over.
And
Dream was over.
And away we go. I did, when I moved out first with my buddy Chris DeBacker, we lived in a house for a couple of months in the U of S section of Saskatoon, their college section. I did find I came across a BMX, like a Walmart special during that summer. It was in the park alone. Now, it was probably stolen at one point, but there was no ID on it. I didn't want to report it. So I said, hey, free BMX bike for the summer. So I rode that puppy around, just beat the piss out of it.
Yeah.
And I said, it's not like I didn't pay for it. So when it's done, it's done. I'm just going to...
Did you pay it forward?
Well, here's what I
leave
did.
it for
Well,
someone
no,
else?
so I was crossing the University Bridge one night with my buddy Chris, and we were kind of tight. We were a little full. And I was on the bike, and I got a flat tire. And I was like, well, to hell with this. So I took the bike, I threw it over the bridge. It landed on a path below, bounced. I've never seen a bike bounce. Well, nobody was down there. I knew, like I wasn't trying to. So it bounced, it got destroyed even more. And then I brought it back up to the bridge and threw it over into the water, into the South Saskatchewan. And that bike is probably still down there at the
rusted
depths
and
of the sea.
In some way polluting the water.
Yeah, but it was a fun summer.
Okay.
Well, no, but there's nothing. It's not like putting a scooter. I hate people that throw those scooters in. It's terrible. But this I kind of see as more of a like somebody's going to find it eventually, and then it'll be studied. It'll be
when they drain
an archaeological. Yeah. Who rode this bike? What was the story behind this bike?
Magna fishing.
Yeah, there'll be somebody that picks it up in some shape
Name
or
that
form.
movie the bike was in.
We had a contest.
feature?
Yeah, Jane was the winner. Yeah, Jane won a bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Courtesy TSN 1260 or Team 1260, I guess, at that point in time. Let's get into your weekly rankings of power here quickly. It's brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club. We got Ryan Rishaug coming up just after 8:30, and the wrap for William Huff, all still to come. But the Ranch Golf Club delivers premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. It's why we're Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. Check them out today, theranchgolf.com. Everybody hates Vegas, specifically the Golden Knights, and I'll be going over the top 10 things we hate most about the Vegas Golden Knights. Coming in at number 10, Mitch Marner. Now, we don't necessarily hate the Golden Knights because of Mitch Marner, but there is a large, and I'm getting back to the Leafs,
Yeah,
albeit
here we
briefly.
go again.
They do take up a lot of space in the hockey realm, so a lot of Leafs fans, I think, hating the Golden Knights and Mitch Marner's success there, that's got to be a tough watch for them. So Mitch Marner comes in at a very modest 10 on the top 10 things we hate about the Vegas Golden Knights. Number 9, John Tortorella.
I would have thought that would have been higher.
Okay, well,
but
see,
I understand.
And
I mean,
it's not
I get
because
it.
I don't see him as some... He's never really done anything to the Oilers, I guess. And now, again, you were here when he got hired. We laughed. We felt, what an idiot. It's Tortorella. He's going to lose his mind and say something stupid. But look where he's got him. So I think, and especially making a coaching change at the stage of the season they did, And from an Oilers fan point, you're like, why not us? Again, Vegas do
Why
things,
not
and you're
us?
like,
We're so hard done by.
well, you
here.
hate them for what they do, but you're like, why can't we do those things? And so I think John Tortorella behind the bench, coaching them in a Stanley Cup final has got to be a bit of an irk. And number 9 on the things we hate about the Vegas Golden Knights. Number 8, Carter Hart.
Okay.
And again, didn't want to come here. Nothing to do with the Oilers and screwing that up or anything such as that. And I know there was a bit of a chant last night. I mean, the Hurricanes do, correct me if I'm wrong, have Cal Foot in their minor league system, so I don't think you can be too high and mighty on whatever legal issues that Carter Hart ran into in the past.
Selective memory, my friend.
Well, it is. I mean, I don't know. Are you going to chant Cal Foot whenever he gets the call? So Carter Hart at number 8. Number 7, McCrimmon. Now, you could argue, too, that he might be higher on the list. The things he's done, the things he's said, he's playing to win. All of those things, again, you could sometimes wish, why not us?
My inner voice is going, pretty much all of this is a positive so far, but I understand for the exercise.
Yes, from a Vegas point of view, these are all things you love to hate, I guess, but what we hate about the Vegas Golden Knights, McCrimmon at number 7.
Right.
Number 6, seemingly getting away with LTIR abuse. That still stings in this market. Of course, the Mark Stone episodes and various other players. Look, again, this is an organization that finds loopholes and not only crawls through them, but skips through them with a certain amount of glee. Mm-hmm. They do it with such passion and...
they are skilled in the dark arts.
And again, why not us? Why cannot we take advantage of these things? Why do we have to play by the rules? Why do we have to? Well, they do it and they get away with it until they can't. And that's why.
It's clear, Eric, I think after listening to you, listening to our texters, listeners, viewers, that the system is rigged against the Oilers. And we've been unfairly and unjustly treated.
Yeah, well, and that's a Vegas tie as well, right?
Yes,
Rigging the system.
understand.
I mean, yeah. Number 5, Sin City, Dave, and I brought this up earlier. It is a city filled with sin, of course. The gambling aspect.
Less so now. It doesn't have as
well, but it's expensive now. The deals are gone. The buffets, the whatnot. I mean, it's no longer the cheap Sin City. It's the more expensive Sin City. So the fact that it is Sin City and we don't like to sin, that comes in at 5. Number 4, the corny pregame theatrics. I don't know if you need that here. Of course, we were talking earlier about that.
No, we're above that.
Well, we are.
Oh, yes, we are, Eric.
We have a Lynx running around and a couple of super fans that get their fair share of TV time.
Put on the coffee, turn on the lights, and let's play.
You don't need that stuff. You don't need that stuff.
Edmonton.
But I even thought, what was it, conference finals game 1? I think it fell a little short due to what they do with their theatrics. I had the privilege of going down and
with the night. You're talking about with the guy
it wasn't too much. I thought they'd have more of the avalanche aspect of all. He just skated, and he's kind of a funny looking guy with the thing going down. He's like,
it's Tales of the North to me.
It is, and that's why I chose the word corny.
Yeah.
Number 3, Foley,
as in Bill, in the owner.
Yes. They play to win. I know Foley has got his hand as well in Bournemouth, and that's club soccer in the Premier League. They are the same model as well, play to win. They have a great, they follow all the up-to-date analytics. They do everything the right way or the winning way. May not always be the right.
Precision.
Yeah, so Foley at number 3. Number 2 in the top 10 things we hate about the Vegas Golden Knights, Bruce Cassidy gate. That goes without saying. Could have been number 1, too. Right, Trev?
It's funny. I think it's funny.
You laugh
I
now.
laugh at it. It doesn't bother me much. If the Oilers were in that position, I'd be like, hell yes.
Exactly.
Suck it to everyone else.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
I mean, it sucks when you're on the other side, but man, even Bruce Cassidy,
they're winners, man. That's what winners do.
That's what winners do. They don't give a.
You don't think Ken Holland is sitting in L.A.? I know he says he's moved on. But there had to have been a minute when Ken took his pen and threw it on the table and said, darn, we're moving on.
We're moving. Yes. That was the statement heard around the world. Hey, we are officially out.
We're moving on.
Take that.
Briskly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the number 1 in the top 10 things we hate about the Vegas Golden Knights, they are successful.
There, you nailed it. On the dismount.
We love a winner, but we also hate a winner. Yeah. If it's not you.
They should have to go through decades of futility.
Winning multiple lotteries. Because one's not enough. If I were to win the Lotto 649, it would not be enough. I would require multiple Lotto 649s, and then maybe a Powerball on top of that to even get in the conversation of having success.
Yes.
Yes, that's how it should be. But we hate them because we ain't them. And they are doing a Fantastic job at what they do. Like it or not, that is the reality. That is your weekly rankings of power, brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club. Check them out today, theranchgolf.com. All right, sports update here with YouTube Trev. If you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, Pauline Higgins has got you. She knows the streets, and she'll help you out on your morning commute. She's got a traffic update on 95.7 Cruise FM. If you are on the iHeart TuneIn radio app, the source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, or on YouTube, vote on YouTube Trev's Trade of the Day. He's got a sports update right now. We'll be back with Ryan Rishaug of TSN on the other side. It is Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielson. Lieutenant Eric, the Nielson Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
5-4 is the score. Nikolai Ehlers struck first for Carolina, but Tomas Hertl called game with a late third period marker to secure a Game 1 win for the Golden Knights. The Hurricanes look to punch back in Game 2 tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, Columbus blue liner Zach Werenski takes home the Norris Trophy after a stellar 81-point campaign. In the front office, Nashville plucks Chris McFarland from Colorado to be their new president and GM, and there will be an all-star shakeup on deck for next year, a brand new 5-team 3-on-3 international tournament with $2 million on the line. The Blue Jays suffered a loss down in Atlanta last night, dropping a 4-3 nail-biter to the Braves. Toronto tries to salvage a split at 5:15 today with Patrick Corbin getting the start. We've got a doubleheader night for local sports fans. Edmonton Riverhawks look to bounce back in Victoria against the Harbor Cats at 6:35 after dropping their opener 6-3. Over on the hardwood, the Edmonton Stingers hit the road to battle the Brampton Honey Badgers at 5:30, and you can catch the live coverage of both local squads tonight right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Jalen Brunson and the blazing hot Knicks put their 11-game playoff win streak on the line against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs in a 1999 Finals rematch. Game 1 tips off at 6:30. And finally, Felix Auger-Aliassime is on the clay this morning at Roland Garros, battling Italy's Fabio Caboli for a spot in the French Open semifinals. From YouTube Trev, you're up to date.
Taylor Hall, he came in and moved them all. 1-for-1, the deal's done. Bobby Mack let us know. Ryan Strome lost it twice. Drake from Manning was not nice. 2 good picks, they went for Griff. Pete just had to go. Eric Greiber buyout, what was that all about? Miko signed a 3-year deal, and my friends, that ain't no steal. Traded for Spooner, shoulda canned him sooner. Chris Russell, Lucic, no movement on their deals. He left a tire fire. Bobby Nix is searching for the perfect person. Pete left a tire fire. Now it's tough to do well when you're stuck in cap hell.
Pardon me, Pete left the tire fire as Hour 3 of the Nielson Show continues here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Nielson Show original songs brought to you by Sportball. Check them out today. Get your young one involved. Sportball.com. Use the code word EST15 for 15% off select classes. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielson. Lieutenant Eric, YouTube Trev on the Sports Update. Coming live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. The Nielson Show, as always, brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Check them out today. WJSportsTalk.com is where you can go. Book an estimate today with the good folks at Weiss Johnson. Joining us right now, as he does every Wednesday around this time on the Firehouse Subs hotline, is the one and only TSN Bureau Chief from the Got Your Back pod, Ryan Rishaug. Ryan, welcome back to the program. Thanks so much for your time this morning. Before we get into the meat of the segment, it is National Egg Day, apparently. How do you like your eggs, man? If you're cooking, you got a couple to crack. How are you frying them up in your skillet there?
Yeah, I'm going to sit this one out. In fact, I am not able to eat eggs. And so I'm offended by the fact that you guys are honoring eggs in the way that you are, because I feel excluded. So I don't think any of you should be allowed to.
What is it, an enzyme thing, or what? Do you have like or is it just a personal preference?
Honestly, do you know what it is? I a number of years ago, remember when the whole keto fad was happening?
Yes.
Sure.
Everybody was on keto.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I gave that a go. Great results. Worked really well for me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden my stomach went, well, let's not have any more of that, because I was eating so much egg and avocado that I basically overdid it to the point where like my stomach would just go like, and it would just bloat out. Mm-hmm. And I would feel like I was having some sort of attack. And I whittled it down to being eggs and avocado. So I've not been able to eat eggs for years now.
But still have a good avocado, or?
No, avocado.
So you're out of that game.
All out of the game.
No, I can have stuff with egg in it. Like I could have, bread and, stuff. I just can't eat like a plate of scrambled eggs.
Huh. Well, I mean,
now that I'm doing this, I'm sort of realizing I'm adding yet another affliction to the long list of things that I've spoken between the gout and the back.
Remember who you're talking to on this side of the camera.
Yeah, that's fair. True enough. Yeah.
I would have never asked the question had I known, so I really apologize for striking a vein there.
No, but look what we learned.
No, I know it's great stuff.
When was the keto phase for you, if you don't mind me asking?
I would say that would have been about 6 years ago. It was pre-COVID. Yeah. No, maybe more like 8 years ago. It was a while ago. It was when I was in this house, because I remember laying on that floor over there in pain. So yeah, it's a good like 8 years ago.
Okay,
something like that. And I hate it because eggs are such a good source of protein. They're such a perfect breakfast thing, and so I've had to kind of work my way around not being able to do that in the mornings after a lifetime of it. So there you go.
Let that we learned on the show today. Well, let's get into the hockey talk here. Norris voting final numbers released yesterday. I mean, we all knew Bouchard wasn't in the top 3, but he's in the 4th spot. I think that's justified there. Are you surprised by anything standing out on those final tallies?
I don't think so. I mean, I think some perspective on this. And Brownie was talking a little bit about this last night. I mean, Evan Bouchard is being talked about among the top 3 or 4 defensemen on the planet. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that's really good for him. I think that's a great step for him. That hasn't always been the case. And so, when it comes to future Team Canadas, when it comes to Olympic teams and World Cups and all those things, I just think the focus on Evan Bouchard is just maybe a little bit different now than it had been in the past, where, there was a time where there was a debate as to whether or not he would be considered an upper end or elite defenseman. Well, of course he's an elite defenseman. So, I know that Oiler fan would like to have seen him win it. I know that there were those locally that were putting on a full budget campaign to try and make it happen. They blew the budget on that. But I think, 4th in voting is, considering where he was thought of before. I think it's a step for Evan Bouchard. I think it's good.
This is interesting, this conversation. Is this a case of a player in this market will be better appreciated and acknowledged outside of where he plays? And I'm just trying to think of a comparable in recent memory where somebody, that the fan base either doesn't appreciate to the fullest extent, but outside people go, man, have you seen the guy in Edmonton? How good he is?
Well, I guess that depends on who you're paying attention to, Dave.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, fair.
Like if you want to listen to the 7 to 10%, then sure, it would seem like he's underappreciated in the market. I think the intelligent Oiler fan, the truly intelligent Oiler fan goes, Evan Bouchard is an excellent defenseman. He can be super frustrating sometimes because when the team really needs him, he's prone to big mistakes early in seasons, right? He takes a while to get going in seasons, but he's excellent on the power play, puts up a ton of points, has started to penalty kill. His game has grown. And that the average Oiler fan understands this is a guy who signed a monster deal and earned it. He earned every penny of a new monster deal. That should be talked about more. He didn't wilt under the pressure of it. He didn't go the wrong way. He earned every single penny of that new deal. And I think that the average really intelligent Oiler fan understands that. He's not the perfect player. If he was, he'd be a $14 million player. So I think Evan Bouchard is greatly appreciated by the majority of Oiler fans in this market. And I think there is a minority who think he needs to be fired into the sun. But that's this market. That happens in this market. People have megaphones and it's what makes our business work. And you respect everybody's opinion. I don't think that's the overarching theory in town here, Dave.
Sticking with the Oilers, and we'll get to the Stanley Cup Final here in a moment, but I know you guys got your back talking trades, I guess, assets, targets there. I know TSN's got its list of UFAs. We asked you about UFAs as well, and that's maybe a market. We'll see what happens. But certainly the trade route is an interesting one. What did you guys kind of uncover from your conversation? Is there a name that may be more of a reality than a fantasy at this point to you?
Well, we were focused a lot on what within the organization would make sense to trade or what you could actually improve yourself by trading. You know what I mean? Like they've got a lot of guys that have no movement clauses. But when you run down the list of players that are tradable, I mean, you could trade Matt Savoy if you wanted to. But, you know, a cost-controlled 22-year-old that might be able to be a top 6 forward and, 20-goal potential. Probably don't want to trade that guy because you're looking for cost-controlled top 6 players. Yes. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. Podkolzin, as soon as you move him, you're looking for a player that does things the way he can do things. So you kind of work your way through the list. I think you get into the Ike Howard, Hudson, those types. They got a lot of small forwards who are trying to break through. Wouldn't surprise me at all if something, in there gets moved at the upcoming draft. The Oilers don't, flip-flop because they've already got some small guys, and you don't want too many of those guys in your lineup. Bouchard's tradable in this first year of his deal, right? That's not going to happen. So really it became a lot more about how big a factor can trades actually be this offseason for the Oilers in their overall strategy for improvement. And it might be more strapping assets to contracts you don't love and moving them out for that reason. And how much asset are you willing? Like, what are you willing to attach to Tristan Jarry if you can get someone to take his deal? Like, are you doing that if it costs you Matt Savoy? I don't think so. No. I don't think Ike Howard is getting that done. So, what's the reality? Because fans want this player moved or so I just don't know how big a part of their offseason trades even has the opportunity to be.
Penner's Pancakes in our nasty chat says LTE asks Schauger what his obsession is with Anthony Mantha.
Oh, it's not an obsession. So we did a exercise the other night. We were like, okay, dig in on the free agents, kind of think outside the box, right? And no suggestion is a bad suggestion. So we all brought suggestions to the table. So the one I brought to the table was Anthony Mantha, which Struds immediately dismissed out of pocket. Like it was like one sentence. You and I do not see eye to eye on this player, and that's all I will say. And I'm like, Struds, that's terrible podcasting. Like, come on.
Yes,
let's have
it's
terrible. But he's very firm on his point. And I certainly know that he's not the perfect player. So there's no obsession, but he's a name that I brought up. So this would be the logic. If you're making a case for considering him, right, this would be the argument. And sometimes we do this as hosts. We take a position and say, this would be the argument. It's not necessarily what I believe to my core.
Sure.
But he's massive, scored 33 goals, missed a year when he was with Calgary and came back and had the best year of his career. So did he figure some things out sitting on the sidelines for 8 months as a member of the Calgary Flames? Has he turned a corner? If he had multiple 30-goal seasons under his belt, he'd be $9 or $10 million, which he won't be. My guess is he's in the six and change range. So if you want to have something different in your lineup and you're the Oilers this season, who on the free agent list gives you the opportunity to have something different? And a 30-goal scorer potentially at between 6 and 6.5, whatever the dollar figure is? Or would you rather have Mikheyev? Fast penalty killer will probably be 5+, but he ain't getting anywhere close to 30 goals, and there's no chance that he will. Bobby McMahon can score some goals. Does he play the right way? Does he play in a way that where the 5 3/4 he might be? So Mantha would be sort of the guy who you throw a little bit of a Hail Mary at and say, if you play him with the right people, and if he has turned a corner in his career, can he get you 30, 35? So that's something different in your lineup, right?
So you showed your work.
Argument I made.
You showed your work, and that's great. But what was Strudd's counter to that? I mean, instead of just the one line no, like did he have also?
Yeah, he just feels that the player's work ethic has been lacking too often for far too long, right? That's the word on him, right? His interest level wanes. When he plays well, he's really good, but he doesn't play well enough. His playoff performances haven't been great. He's a big, talented guy that's never really met his potential. But you do need to go bargain hunting a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think with his skill set and what his potential is, again, if he had 3 30-goal seasons under his belt, you're not getting them at the dollar figure that, who knows, maybe you can get them for. So I don't believe with all of my heart and soul this is what they should do. And when you guys know this, when you suggest something on a podcast, people take that as what you're screaming from the hilltops. We're just having conversations. That would be the argument for considering Anthony Mantha. I think they are considering it. I think he'd probably be on a whiteboard in there. And they're probably having the exact same conversation that we had on the show. Right. So, yeah. Well, there you go. Just an idea.
Yeah, no, YouTube Trev does a trade of the day here. He has for some time. And this morning he explored acquiring one Owen Tippett out of Philadelphia. They obviously have a surplus of wingers pushing him. Maybe we heard word yesterday he might be available. I mean, is that a route you could see kind of both parties coming together and making that happen?
That should be a player you look at. Why not? Now, again, resources, what do the Oilers have that they can move out? If you're trying to bring in I would view an offer sheet as a little better opportunity to add somebody in that stage of their career, right? So like you dig into Maverick Bourque a little bit, right? So we don't know if Tyler Seguin's going back to Dallas or not. If he does not, they got an extra $10 million. No problem. They can get Robertson done. They can get Bourque done. It's not going to be an issue. If Tyler Seguin is going back, they're jammed. And so Maverick Bourque, I think he was 20 goals, right? Could play the wing. Decent two-way forward, not overly huge, but like young, cost-controlled asset. And if you offered him the upper end of the second-round draft pick compensation, he's about 4.7. You really screw the Dallas Stars over if they're trying to get Jason Robertson done, right?
Yes.
So maybe a predatory offer sheet gets you a young player of similar ilk in and around that range. Now, here's the other thing about an offer sheet. I would assume, I don't know Daryl Cates, don't talk to him. Don't have his number. I would assume he's kind of not super pumped these days about things, that he's probably pissed about an early playoff exit. He's probably still pissed about Broberg and Holloway. And he's probably pissed that he can't talk to the coach that he wants to coach his team. He's probably spitting mad. So if you're the general manager or the president of this team and you're like, hey, you want to fire a shot back? You want to get scrappy this offseason? Yeah. I think Daryl Cates is going to go, let's get scrappy this offseason. Yes. So offer sheets are a way for your people to show they are fighting for you. I have to assume the Oilers would be considering offer sheets.
Yeah, and I think not only Daryl, but the fan base would want a little bit of that as well. We talked about the things we hate about the Golden Knights. Well, no, but like that's you want to see a bit of oomph from your organization and a bit of a firing back, as you mentioned. That would be
do whatever you got to do.
Take a swing. And just to recap here, Game 1 Stanley Cup Final last night. I mean, what's the one thing you're pulling away from that? Because I mean, we talked with Noodles earlier. We'll gladly take 6 more.
Yeah, fun hockey, good hockey to watch. Really enjoyed that. I think I was really fascinated to see the way Vegas was able to absorb that initial feeling like, oh boy, we're getting Carolina-ed. And it kind of looked like they were. Not a lot of shots on the score clock, down 2-0, getting pulled into the deep end, right? And just kind of, and then all of a sudden, commercial break, chat from the coach, and all of a sudden they start earning it back. So, and then the rest of the game, it just didn't go that way. So Carolina was not able to do what Carolina does so incredibly well. And I thought that was really interesting that Vegas had an elixir for it. They made some adjustments and they had an elixir for it. And I think that's great because Carolina's had it. They've been so dominant in these playoffs. Yeah. And the idea that Vegas might give them one here, I think it's great.
All right. You stay away from those eggs and appreciate your time, Ryan.
Double shot of elixir. Double shot of elixir. That gets you a stick tap, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep. Always looking to increase the dialogue and up the intelligence level on the show. Whenever
also,
I
can. Got your back pod. What's coming up down the pipe here?
We got Struddy's World today, 12 o'clock, live on all of our platforms. We tossed an episode out last night where we talked a lot about this trade stuff, so you can check that out on our platforms as well. And I will be doing a hit in 10 minutes with one Noodles McLennan. That'll be on our TSN platforms as well today. So, you got more of me than you would probably care to.
No, big brains. I like it. Yeah, we'll be tuning in. Thanks so much, Ryan. Ryan Rishaug there, TSN, Edmonton Bureau Chief. Of course, got your back pod. You can follow him there as well online. Easter must be tough for him, with the whole egg kind of, you got eggs all over.
Oh, yeah.
He just must go into a bit of a shock. Like kind of like
full avoidance.
So, yeah. Hour 3 of the Nielson Show is brought to you by GD Liquidators Auctions and Appraisals. Mention EST, get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions, gdliquidators.com. Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call, 780-447-2787. Or walk in, check them out, 14510 124th Ave. And Rishaug joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Let's get into the wrap right now for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours... I'm going to start saying William Huff did have a hand in the white background that Trevor sits in front of as well. Just
they also tricked out Commonwealth Stadium for the soccer.
White. Yes, well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bruce and the team. If you want your place to look as good as that, this, or any of the else, WilliamHuff.com, WilliamHuff.com, in business since 1952. So you know they're incredible what they do. What did we learn on the show today, boys? I know, of course, the Ryan Rishaug egg thing really took over there. YouTube Trev's trade of the day is still live. The poll is erect. And
where are we sitting?
Mark,
Best one yet,
this
baby.
is the one. This
70-30.
You could hang your hat today. Yeah.
Trev having a stretch.
Hang your hat.
Yeah, well,
because a lot of hard work. Hard work pays off, Jim.
When you're that muscular, yes.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Yeah.
An above-average trade this morning. And Oilers 26 second and third for Owen Tippett. 70% of you say yes, you would make this deal from an Oilers point of view. Why wouldn't you? And again, it's just the deal as it is right now. So would you do that? You can still time to vote here as we make our way through the final hour of the Nielson Show. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielson. Of course, Dusty on his golf trip. He will have the call Friday night down in Cal. Friday night football tonight.
With Luke Wilson.
Yeah, Stamps Bombers
2 L's.
On the scene. Yeah.
Is it 2 L's in Wilson?
2 L's, 2 S's, and 2 W's, I think.
Got it.
It's a very lengthy
All right.
word on him there. Well, let's get to your sound. We do have a text of the day to give out for Royal Pizza, still making it great for over 55 years. $20 to Royal Pizza is on the line. We've got a handful of Macromella texts. That was the path today. That's where we're going. So we'll be reading those coming up. Let's take a little break. Your sound of the day. It's a Club Beat Loop remix from the Vault, Unlocked, a Nielson Show original song. Once again, that's sportball.com. Go there today, EST15 for 15% off. Nathan taking it home on Mr. Mike's Kind of Agency Trivia 5 for 5 this morning.
That's 2 thus far, shooters.
Durant hit a 3!
Well, it looks like we've got a mistrial.
Dying in America.
Side for Scooter Jeanette.
Why did you? No explanation. Dying in America.
Their flexibility always amazes me.
And on the plus side, we've also got a hung jury.
You can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
Hit it.
Big Alan Jackson concert.
And I'm hanging with Wayne Gretzky.
Getting smoked. We just finished a game about a minute and a half ago. Getting smoked.
Get going, ball. Get up. Get up.
The bingo game is ready to roll.
Getting smoked.
Get up.
My pillow. Get up. And Mario Lemieux.
Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee.
Unbelievable.
Hotter than a hoochie coochie.
Get up.
You know smoking is bad for your health, and it isn't grown up at all.
Get up. Get up.
Oh, you can count. Good for you.
Whatever was going on your show was so bad, my mom phoned me to warn me twice.
Chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream.
Oh, God, stop it.
All she had to do was just give me that wing.
Pull it down. I can't listen anymore.
What is happening? Hey,
Wilson, we're buddies.
Well, they're gonna.
They're going to have to be.
I
and
look
they're
forward
gonna
to this
make
budding
sweet
relationship.
Magic.
Oh well, you just wait. Yeah,
A lot of football IQ in
Frankie
that
Corrado, have a seat.
booth. Yes.
Yeah.
Dusty.
You see what hijinks they get up to, hey?
Oh, they'll be in
sharing a
tractors
foot-long
and
hot dog,
kayaks.
sampling all the food from across the country. This is going to be something.
Yep.
Canada ain't ready for this partnership moving forward. Let's get to your text of the day as promised for Royal Pizza. RoyalPizza.ca is where you can go. You can order online this morning, have supper delivered to you tonight.
How do they do that?
I don't know, Dave, but I mean, you can go to the website, RoyalPizza.ca, or pop into one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. All right, Macromella intros. I'll read them. Boys, we decide in the room here.
We vote. What are you doing over there?
What are you doing?
Behind the technical
I'm
desk.
just watching. I'm just monitoring the text.
Okay, you're
okay.
quite good.
I will.
You were locked
I'm
in.
listening.
No, I didn't say you weren't listening. I was just curious as you were.
He's at the technical desk.
Yeah. And has your seat gone down a bit too?
I put it down.
Yeah. You're getting a little, yeah. Okay. Well,
funny.
It's interesting.
Door Fun Sports.
Okay. Rubella 2.0, EST legal analyst and guy whose side hustle is rating the accuracy of orgy scenes in movies on YouTube, Eric Macramel.
Okay.
Red with 2 Ds. EST legal analyst and guy that thinks sump pumps are a waste of money when you can just siphon up the water with a garden hose and a breath mint, Eric Macramel. Lacombe Drew, EST legal analyst and guy who has Dustin Nielson tied up and gagged in his basement until Matthew Iwanek finally agrees to his ransom request of 24 homemade bagels, Eric Macramella. And Bones, EST legal analyst and guy who is Martin St. Louis' body double for nude scenes, Eric Macramella. So you've got the 2 pornographic ones, the orgy one from
And
Rubella.
those always move to the top of the
They
list.
tend to be the winners.
Generally.
The orgy one, the sump pump, the Dustin gagged and Matthew Iwanek bagel, and the Martin St. Louis body double for nude scenes.
I kind of like the Martin St. Louis body double because they just used those images of both he and Brindamore. Remember when they did the body issue?
Yeah.
ESPN, and
that was Macramella.
Yes.
It was actually Macramella and Brindamore in the shoot.
Dudes were ripped.
Dudes were ripped.
Dudes
Brindamore is...
yes.
Trev, do you have a preference for today's text of the day from those 4?
Dustin Nielsen with a ball gag.
Well, you like the Iwanek's bagels. Speaks to you.
Four bagels,
For the
which I
bagels.
had.
Yeah.
So that's my winner.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with bagels as well. I think...
Well, it's the most
You and Bones
palatable.
lose. Yeah. EST legal analyst and guy who has Dustin tied up and gagged in his basement. And even the tied up and gagged thing is, Dustin with a ball gag is quite the theater of the mind.
Rough imagery.
Yeah, until Matthew Iwanek finally agrees to his ransom request of 24 homemade bagels. 24. Lacombe Drew, you're off to Royal Pizza. Congratulations with all your success. We'll be reaching out $20 to Royal Pizza.
Still making it great.
Still making it great. It's the text of the day. Royal Pizza tonight or today. You can order online this morning and have it delivered tonight. Royal Pizza. Coming up in the Hangout, 9 to 11 here on EST. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, we'll get you back to the rock and roll. Greta Van Fleet and Safari song is coming up. But if you want more local...
Don't call them Led Zeppelin-esque.
No.
They get offended by that.
Wolf Mother Light. We got the rock music coming up, 95.7 Cruise FM, but if you want more live local sports talk, that's going on 6 to 6 today. We got you locked. Hangout coming up next, Matt Iwanek, Tom Gazzola, Sean Bell, and the one and only Josh Clausen, the Atmospheric Avenger from CTV Edmonton, big Knicks fan as well.
Got some explaining to do about what's happened here over the last few days.
Well, and what's going to come, too. Like,
Yes.
we're not out of the woods yet here, Dave, apparently.
Correct.
So I'm sure Matthew will grill him on the forecast, what we've seen, what's to come, but also heavy talk on the Knicks and Spurs as the NBA Finals tip-off tonight from San Antone. So some basketball talk, some hockey talk, and other. Should be a great hangout today. Clausen, Belzy, Iwanek, and Gazzola. But after that, it's the Lock Shop for Play Alberta, 11 to noon, noon to 1. Oil Stream with Tom Gazzola, 1 to 3. Got EST Afternoons with Gager and Hernan. And the Reed Wilkins Show, 3 to 6, alongside Jason Milne and Zach. We will be having the Edmonton Stingers on the station tonight. They're in Brampton taking on the Honey Badgers, the 5-1 Honey Badgers, as the Stingers look to get back to 500. We'll join that game in progress at 6 o'clock. Yeah, NBA Finals tonight. Jays continue their series. Riverhawks on the road in Victoria. Has the French Open match gotten underway yet? Felix Auger-Aliassime. It is live.
Sabalenka lost.
It is
Lost
live.
6-love in the third.
Okay.
So she's out.
Felix is live. We'll be keeping a close eye on him. Hopefully he can advance to the semis at Roland Garros.
Well, I'm going to go somewhere with a television.
May I suggest PM Lounge?
Sure. Where your friends go.
Yeah, well, lots of things. For YouTube, Trev and his trade of the day today, Dave Jameson once again filling in for Dustin Nielson. Appreciate your time.
Always.
You'll be back tomorrow morning. I'm Lieutenant Eric. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the hangout coming up next. This has been the Nielson Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.